Hello, and welcome to our very latest episode of the Night Shift Let's Talk Gaming. I am CMoney, and I am joined by the always lovely Doodle.
What's up, everyone? Happy Friday. Thank you so very much for rocking out with us tonight. Let's get it.
Let's get it, especially
Yes.
since we're on motherfucking time. That's right. Call us on point, on time, always.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something.
You know what I'm
I'm going to
saying?
tell you something. I
Yes.
like being on time.
Punctual.
Yes, I like being on
We
time.
8:45
A little
on the clock,
early
at
sometimes.
8:45 we show up.
Yes.
You know what
yes,
I'm saying?
Yes.
It's
A
no
little
denying.
early at times, you know, but
Tell
never
'em.
late. Never late.
Never
Yes.
late. Never late. You know who else is never late? That's right. It's our motherfucking homies live in the building with us right now. You see them. It's not just Doodle and myself. No. We got our homies with us. First up, you know who he is. Motherfucking Mr. PSP
Ooh.
himself.
Oh.
That's right. The Pony Slaying Poppy.
Let's go.
It's our boy. Demo
Yo,
Flow Gaming.
the pony
Welcome,
split.
man. Thank you for being here, man.
Not Papa, but Poppy. I like Poppy a little bit better,
That's
man.
right.
It
Yeah.
resonates a little bit more. Yeah, man. Hey, thank you everybody for coming through. Shout out to Shot. Shout out to everybody who comes over here and watches every Friday. Man, hit the like button and subscribe. You already know what it is. It's Friday. The Graveyard Shifts is here, and we're about to rock the world, man. We're about to do this, man. So yeah, happy to be here. Super pumped. We have a crazy show coming. It's gonna be wild and it's gonna be fun. So can't wait.
Agreed.
Absolutely. And of course, you know who he is. That's right. It's the wise one, the author,
Yes.
the patriot, the pony slayer, the pony tier maker.
Ow.
This is our boy, Harky Shani. What's up, man? Thank you for being here, my brother. Welcome.
Let's go.
Another week, another night shift. Let's see how
Yes.
crazy we can make this one.
I mean, listen, the bar's high.
The bar's
The
high.
bar is really
there is
high.
that.
We've had some crazy ones.
We have.
Oh man. Oh no, we did it, guys. We made it. It's Friday night, man. We're here in the building with our homies. We appreciate all of y'all being here. Of course, we got to shout out our supporters over on Patreon and on YouTube as members, man. You guys are the shit. Thank you all so much. And just remember always that this show is brought to you by you. So we appreciate it, man. So thank y'all for that. But of course, we got to shout out our elite members. That's right. We got our homie Big Boy Mike.
Let's go.
Dark Angelic, Pragmatic Eagle, Coach Hooded Canuck, Music 72, Queen Witch. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are the shit. Thank you for your support. And of course, we got our inner circle member. That's right. It's our homie, Big Bigs Gaming. My dude. Thank you, my brother. Now,
Thank you.
We haven't updated this, but guys, you know what it is, man. We appreciate all the support and love you guys give us. Thank y'all so much. You guys are the shit. But you being here live right now in the building with us, sharing your time with us. You guys are supporting us in such a major way, man. And we appreciate each and every one of y'all for being here, for real. That being said, as you know, you can't all be equal, right? It's just not it.
No,
It's just not possible. Some of you are more important than others today because every day, three of you rise above the rest. That's right. Every day you get a new chance to be the chosen, the risen ones, as they say in French. I just made that up. I don't think that's what they say. But
no.
We have the first two people in the door. That's right. They're the specials. And let me tell you right now, first place said, "Hold my beer, bitches." That's right. It's the homie, motherfucking Relski.
Let's go.
He's not fucking around.
Yes.
So I like to see Relski. I like the updated profile pic. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for being here, my brother. And of course, second
in
the building.
Yes. Tell me.
You know it had to be one of our elite members. That's right. It's our boy, Coach Hooded
Canuck
in the building. God
yes.
Damn. He ain't fucking around. Look at that.
Let's
profile
go.
Controller.
That's
Let
right.
everybody know
He don't
game up
stop.
in this bitch.
He don't stop. He's
Right,
showing
game
Jim
up in
Ryan
this
the proper way
bitch.
to hold a controller. That's
Actually, he's holding it backwards.
Yeah, no, but like
So-
this is how you do it, clown.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like that. Like
It's
there
funny
you go.
because I feel like
Take
Jim
it.
Ryan would see that and be like, "Oh, that's
So-
how you do it." and just hold the remote fucking backwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that would be him. You know what I'm saying? I feel
That's
like
possible. That's possible.
Rounding out our top 3.
Oh, who would be?
No stranger to the top 3.
Mm.
But relatively a stranger to number 3 because he normally will come in at number 1. But today he got beaten. That's our boy.
He got a beating.
You know the way he likes it. The homie. Thank you, my brother, for being
as
here,
soon as you said, you know the way he likes it. I knew you were talking about E-Ranks because of the whole back and forth
With
between
music, 72.
between
You know music is ready to get
and
into him.
Ryuar. Don't forget Ryuar. He's in that
Ryuar
mix
do be
too.
getting into him too. Yeah, I guess they be double. You know what I'm saying? you know what I'm saying?
At the same time,
You know
sometimes.
what I'm saying? Gotta get that rhythm. You know,
I mean,
you
you
know,
gotta
them
work.
two beats. You know, shake weights. You know what I'm saying?
Can't just work on one arm.
Listen,
You know what I mean?
He makes rip now, yo. You know what I'm saying? You know, okay, yo,
That's how you get it in.
Yo, cut up, yo. You know that Twitter dude, Ashton, whatever the fuck, that he has that fucking that post that he makes, like his routine, wakes up at 4 a.m.
Oh yes,
the black black night. Well, it's a black
pitch black night,
black night. Yeah.
something like that.
So what? He goes to bed at like 6 in the afternoon, and then wakes up at 4 a.m. Does all his routine, get all jacked. You know what I'm saying? That's E-Ranks right now. He's just ripped. That's what he does at 4 o'clock
He's
in the morning.
committed.
He's
He's
like
committed.
music and Ryuar. Good morning. Shake weight. Just saying.
I heard that working out 3 times a day sometimes to maintain as per E-Ranks. You know what I mean? So
listen, they can never be satisfied.
you do you.
You know what I'm saying? It's never
You
enough.
do you.
Never enough. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for being here. Let me update this before I forget. Well, I
Definitely night shift.
It is.
night shift. I mean, we gotta start off right. How else can you do it? What did I say? Relsky.
Yes.
Number 1 in the building. Number 2,
Fam Jam.
Canuck. And number 3, the dual wielding E-Ranks. There we go. Perfect. Okay, beautiful. There we go. All right. Thank you guys again, man. Thank you so much for being here. Of course, I see the homie Jonas the Dad in the building.
Go.
What's up, my dude? I see Anthony Sanchez. What's going on, player?
Anthony.
You got Mr. Teddy Keys.
Yes.
Oh, boy. E-Ranks letting everybody know that he was here before Music 72. Well,
Damn.
of course, music is fucking beat. You know what I'm saying? He's so tired. You know what I'm saying? I get it. And now it makes sense why E-Ranks always before it. I understand now. I get it.
He wears them out.
I don't see why you are either. So I feel like he really took that one out for sure. General Spartan 27 in the building with the message that everybody knows is the truth. Xbox World Dominance.
Let's go.
That's just what it is.
Yes.
Man. It's just what it is. How does it feel to be on the right side of history? It feels good. It feels good. You know what I'm saying? Adidas 20 in the building,
What's
my
up?
dude. What's up,
What's
player?
up, baby?
User
How
for
you doing?
games. What's up, man?
Oh, let's go.
He was number 1
Yes.
yesterday. How the mighty have fallen.
Wow. Yes, exactly what I was thinking. Damn.
Holy shit, nah.
Thank
Thank you for being here, man. Appreciate
Thank
you.
you
I
for
see
rocking
Bell's
out.
Air in the building.
What's up?
What's up, man? Game Shark. What's up, my brother? Thank you for being here.
What's up?
I don't see some talk about time changing. What?
What?
Who?
What?
We don't even know what that means. You know what I'm saying? We commit to a time. That's the way the time stays.
Can't break us.
You can't
know?
change that. What do you think?
Mm-mm.
Cage in the building and the Beetle Borracho.
Bump.
H, homie. What else do I see here? Razor Ultron in the building.
What's up, Razor?
What's up, man? Thank you for being here. Ryuar Gamer, what's going on?
Let's go.
He rose.
Yes.
He rose. Music 72 says what? E-Ranks being a pab?
What in the hell is a pab?
Wow.
Oh my
Oh.
God, demo.
Demo.
You don't
Hey,
know what's a
listen,
pab.
I don't know what a pab is.
He just wants to hear
God
it
damn,
again.
PAB?
Demo.
I don't know. I'm for real. Otherwise, I wouldn't have unmuted my mic and stopped this combo to join in
Was
the
he a
fun.
bitch?
It's a pussy ass bitch.
Doodle.
Oh, okay.
Rant.
Like Okay, got it.
She went
Yeah.
in and just called them all pussy ass bitches, and we figured
the
out that
thing now.
pab is the word to use
People be
going
pabbing.
forward. So now,
You know what?
anytime you just know you're on Twitter, somebody does some dumb shit.
Hashtag
You're
pab.
such a pab.
That's
You
a
know what I'm saying?
pab. Right. You know what? Because even though you may not notice, YouTube censored us in certain things. Like for example, my latest video, I put pony pain on the thumbnail and it wasn't moving. It was like stuck. And as soon
Oh,
as
yeah,
I
you can't
changed
put
that,
anything. Yep.
yep, it started like getting views. And I'm like, they hate the
Yeah.
word pony. So I'm gonna say it more now.
There's a lot of
I wonder if
they
you
think it's
if you
animal.
say Sony
Yeah.
They
pony,
think
would
it's
it actually make a
animal, bro.
difference?
Oh, I wonder.
I think if you put
I
pony,
wonder.
they
I think
just
it's-
see the
yeah.
animal, and then if you
Yeah.
do say killing, pain, hurting, dominating,
Yeah, they just
think there's
assume
some
you're
weird
doing
shit with
something bad
ponies.
to like an actual animal, you know?
Yes, I'm telling you, I was
Yeah.
getting emails. I was like,
Yeah.
I stopped saying pony for a while, and then I
Yeah.
said, fuck it.
But
You know
come
what I'm
on, we
saying?
love the world. The other thing is somebody called me woke because I called somebody a pony. I was like, "You're a pony," and somebody was like, "Oh, that's woke." Calling another human a pony is woke. I think it's woke to tell you what's woke or not. Somebody told me that's
What?
woke. I was like, "How is that woke? You're a pony, and that doesn't make me woke. That's just maybe
Damn.
a
Wow.
truth teller. You're a pony. That's what it is."
It just
That's
makes me a
right.
truth teller, yo. Those are bars. Yeah.
Wow.
Pab is the designated name for anybody doing some pony like behavior.
Yeah.
We just
Yeah.
call them a pab. You know what I'm saying?
If you know, you know.
Exactly. Now we used to be able to say this chat was pab free, but
Oh,
we had some people doing some pab-tastic moves that we had to be like, what's up with that shit? You know who you are. But lately they've been non-pabbing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
I mean, it was really just one moment.
But
And then the
listen,
moment
a
wasn't
moment
repeated,
can
so-
stay with you forever.
That's true.
Right?
You gotta be careful.
So,
You don't
gotta
want
be
to get
careful.
labeled like an
Those-
official
Mm,
pab.
yeah.
because, You know,
We don't want to put like, post out like messages with pictures and shit like back in the day, right?
Like you don't want that shit to spread
No.
elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? We're like, yo, he has a history of being a pab. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just letting you know. Oh shit. All right, thanks. Good looking out. No, I know.
I didn't know I was pabbing.
Yo,
You
that's
know?
what it is. But yes, okay, that's what it is. So thank you for asking, Demo. So now we all know, have been brought up to speed on what a pab is. Now I can tell you who's not a pab. That's right. It's our homie motherfucking Starkey Love
Love.
in
What's
the
up?
goddamn building. Our boy.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here, man.
Happy
Thank you for
Friday.
that $10 super chat.
Thank
Appreciate you,
you.
my homie. Says it's going to be surreal to not only see Xbox dwarf PlayStation revenue for the fiscal year, but to also see their games make more money on the PlayStation 5 than Sony games do.
Woo.
What a world. Burn the stables.
Oh,
Bam.
our boy chose
the truth.
violence today.
This
I
is the
love
truth.
it.
This is the truth.
Yes.
You ain't fucking around.
Burn
That's what it
them
is,
down.
Starkey.
Listen, that's the only way that they get the message, right? Somehow they still keep finding the light. And we don't like that shit.
Facts. I'm just saying, it's weird when you see a bunch of people who are so against like moving forward in life. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of you used to shit in diapers, you know what I'm saying? But like, do you still want to do that? I mean, it was convenient, right? Like it was the way. Like, do you want to stay doing that? I mean, I'm sure some of you still do it, but I'm just saying, like,
Do you evolve?
like
or...
we evolve as people and as human beings, right? So
yeah.
I
That was
think
a
it's
great
time.
analogy, baby.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I worked hard on it. I just thought of it right now.
Good job.
But I mean, look, it's true, man. Money makes the world go round. Okay. Money talks. Xbox is in a position where they are not only banking off of their own, team on their PlayStation. I'm sorry. Oh, you see, because it's just included now. I just don't even separate it anymore. They got the PC, they got the Xbox Cloud, TVs, fucking Fire Sticks, everything rocking. And then we now have PlayStation where we dominate. soon to be Nintendo when we die. What is gonna happen when Xbox games do better? And I'm just saying, it's a possibility.
It has to be said.
What's gonna happen if Xbox games do better on Nintendo Switch than some Nintendo Switch games do? You know what I'm saying? Like if Nintendo starts losing, can you imagine if Xbox starts putting games over there and Nintendo games don't pass them for hypeness? I mean, listen, obviously the big ones, Mario, all the biggies, of course, are gonna reign supreme, but all the other ones, they drop a new game, Xbox drops a new game, more people are excited for an Xbox game than a Nintendo game. You think Nintendo gonna be mad? They'll be like, God damn it.
I think they're gonna be
Phil,
pissed.
what are you doing to us, man? Oh, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to see. It's all popping off on the 2nd, baby. April 2nd. We're about to find out what type of environment our Xbox games are gonna be delivered. You know what I'm saying? How are we gonna dominate? That's the exciting part. We'll find out. But Starkey, you ain't wrong, man. You're killing it on these streets for sure.
That's right.
Of course, we have our boy Adidas 20.
Adidas.
My dude. Thank you for
What's
being
up?
here.
Thank you so much.
Chat, man. Appreciate you, homie. Says, what up, Olives? God damn it. And panel in chat. Special shout out to Demo, hanging out with the crew on my yearly South Beach trip. And the women, oh my.
Oh.
I know he saw a picture with him. Oh shit. Demo's like, what? One woman. One women. I don't see nothing. I was in a knitting class, and that's all I was doing. God damn it, Demo.
I seen, but I didn't notice. Let's just say that.
Oh, there you go.
Demo estaba comiendo. He was just eating.
He was just there to drink
and drink. Yep.
Okay?
I was just a bystander there.
That's right. That's right. Just taking pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Okay, I'll take a picture of you and your white girl, Adidas. I saw you out here. You out here wilding. Oh man, that's hilarious. Shout out to you, homie. Thank you for being here, brother. All right. Who else we got in this bitch? We got dun. Did I say Bells there? Yeah, I said Game Shark. Yes, I did. I said Razor. Yeah, pretty sure I did. Dark Angelic in the building. What's up, man?
Go.
Ray G, what's up, man? Says Netflix. Oh yeah, Netflix, baby. Netflix ain't fucking around.
Hey, Netflix and chill.
Yo, they said we chose violence. That's why I like it. You know what I'm saying? Other Zinc in the building. What's up, man?
What's up?
Thank you for being here, bro.
Thank you
Bounty in the building.
Bounty, what's up,
my
love?
Brother, what is up, man? Force
Happy
One,
Friday,
what's
baby.
going on, my homie? Thank you for being here, man. Silver Fox in the building.
Yes.
What's up, man? Big B Money. What's going on, player? Is that Queen Witch up in the building? What's going on, Queen Witch? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Oh, man. See, Bounty says, damn, I'm here at the start. It's been a long time. Bounty, you did it, bro.
Thank you. Thank you for rocking now.
I see Moonlight Ace in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for being here.
Thank you, love.
Appreciate you, bro. Andre Finkley. Oh, interesting. Andre Finkley. What's up, man?
Andre?
Thank you for being here, man. It says Team Green,
Let's
baby.
Go.
Fuck yeah, man. That's exactly what it is. Big B
Andre
Money says
knows.
Army Xbox. Hell yeah. That's what we do, man. It's a beautiful thing. Becca in the building.
Becca, what's up, baby?
What's up, fam? Sheba Army Brat, what's up, man? Says, see, even Netflix knows facts. they're outside. You know, they're sitting from the outside watching.
Just looking.
Just saying. There's certain people who are on the right path and certain people who are not. And, you know, sometimes you got pointed out, apparently. 2Man55, what's up, man? I loving the Xbox profile pic there. OG Xbox, that's what's up, man. Starkey says, what a great time to be an Xbox. Oh, hell yeah, man. It's glorious. Glorious, because we got so many games, man. Games for days, bro. Games and games and games. God
it's
damn.
Crazy.
Mac 22TH54. What's up, man?
What's up,
Thank
Mac?
you for being here, my brother. Why so serious? What is up, player? It's Timmy. It
is Timmy,
up, my dude. Thank you for being here, man.
What's up, Tim?
Appreciate you, my brother. Who else? Archangel Nexus. What's
Yo,
up, homie? Thank you
what's
for
good?
rocking out, man. Appreciate you, my dude. Oh, Relsky says they told us they not the competition no more. PlayStation, Nintendo, they coming for the big dogs now. Facts.
Oh
It's the
my
truth.
gosh. Step aside.
Absolutely. G maybe.
Yo,
I see you, player.
the OG.
Thank you for being here, man. Appreciate you, my dude. Vontae in the building.
What's up,
Up,
Vontae?
man? What's up? Fill more pockets. What's going on, my brother?
Yes.
Thank you for rocking out with us, man. Appreciate you, homie. Appreciate you. Guys, I don't know if you saw it on the thumbnail. And I don't know if you saw our tweet. But your boy and your girl Doodle, we playing that South of Midnight.
Oh,
right? South of Midnight is in the hands. We are reviewing it, and goddamn, I can't say shit about it. Okay, but I can say that we are, in fact, reviewing it. You'll see our review go live on the 3rd.
Yes, man.
Just saying, it's go time. You know what I'm saying?
It's go time,
it's
baby.
Go time. But yeah, man, it's a great week. We had a lot of fun things to talk about. Definitely wanted to kind of see what our homies think about a lot of things that went down. Of course, we have Ryu Art Gaming in the building with that $2 super chat.
Yo, what's up, love?
Diaper comment. Someone asked what kind of podcast this. What? Did they really? Well,
listen.
You know.
Listen, if you know, you know. All right. It's not. What did you say yesterday? See, it's not your job to explain it, right? It's just put out there.
Facts.
Listen.
Facts. That's just the truth. Luis Jimenez, what's up,
Luis?
Man? Can you say if it's good? LOL. I cannot say anything. What I can do is point you to our preview, and you can see what our feelings were back when we did the preview event for South of Midnight. But for our current feelings and thoughts
on the 3rd.
On the 3rd, baby.
On the 3rd.
That's the day.
Yes.
So don't miss it.
Don't miss it.
Andre Doyle, what's up, man?
Andre.
Here, man. He says, what up, y'all? Did you see that insane Avengers Doomsday cast? And RDJ said on Threads, more coming. I did not.
Ooh.
I did not. So that's the new Avengers movie?
Did you guys see it?
I don't know. I've seen the new Avengers game and during the Nintendo Direct, the Cosmic Invasion game.
The Marvel game?
Yes.
I think this is a movie he's talking about.
Boo! Boo! I don't care about no movies. I care about games. Nah, but straight up, Avenger movies are cool. I don't know about it, but I'm gonna check it out. Yeah,
I haven't seen the new cast. I know Robert Downey Jr. is back, right?
Oh shoot, nice.
That's the RDJ, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't what's his name? Captain
America?
Yeah.
Captain America, dude.
Evans.
Chris Evans.
Yes.
Chris Evans.
Isn't he coming back as a?
I thought he died, or he was like old.
No,
no, my come on.
Wasn't he? Yeah, as an X-Men, right? Isn't he coming back as one of the? What was the other?
No, at the end of the movie, at the end of his
demo
movie,
in the end of
he turned super old.
Endgame?
Like
Endgame,
no,
right?
Endgame.
I thought you mean like to actually. Oh,
no, they actually had a storyline where he lived out his life and he was old.
I got it.
So,
but as long as it is not the Snow White people making this movie, I think it'll be good. It'll be all right.
Has gotten so messy, crazy, so out of control.
Everybody dressed in white, dancing at the same time. Diddy party vibes.
Yeah, that's real wild. That's real wild,
man.
Damn shame.
Good old Disney.
That's
good old Disney.
That's actually worse than Assassin's Creed disrespect towards Japan. Straight up.
Dude, there's so much wrong going on with all that shit, yo, for real. All right.
More. Yeah.
We got a motherfucking show to get to. Okay. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. So let's fucking get popping. Okay?
Let's go.
Let me just check real fast. Is there anything that we're not talking about as a topic that I want to see? I think everything that we want to talk about is a topic. So I think we're just gonna hop to it.
Let's go.
Time is of the essence. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Wait, where is it? Hold on. I gotta find it. I gotta get my chapter. Don't mess with me. Where is it? Here it is. Bam. Okay, found it. Quick, easy. See that? The speed and accuracy.
Oh, it's insane.
Untouchable.
While making a beat.
Wow,
that was wild. That's wild.
You know
how are the timestamps from yesterday's show?
They're great.
Oh, okay.
They're great.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I was looking at them and they look phenomenal.
So they're not up yet.
Up is relative.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the wrong situation.
It's relative to down. Because then you go.
It is relative to down. You know what I'm saying? So like,
takes the freaking timestamps. He never puts them up.
No. They're used for many other things.
Oh, okay. Well,
listen. Like, there's multiple reasons why the timestamp has to be taken.
Mm.
We do breakouts. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, we need
as long as it makes sense to you, babe.
It does.
We're good.
Okay. But I need to write down the next. See, you almost made me start.
Remember when I used to take timestamps?
Oh, yeah. That was funny.
That was a mess.
That was real funny. You know what I'm saying? That just.
Look how right you are. Trying to get messy.
What do you say?
He says, tell us more, Doodle. What else he done?
Nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to know. Okay. I have it. It's go time. All right.
Let's go.
First off, right off the rip, you know them, you love them, Netflix. They came out and they dropped some bars. All right. You ready? Here we go. Says, this is quoted from what Netflix has said. Says, look at the younger generation. Are 8-year-olds and 10-year-olds dreaming of owning a PlayStation 6? I'm not sure. I am not sure. You see that? Specifically, PlayStation 6. Now, obviously, they're talking about more than just PlayStation 6 in general, but they've specifically called out PlayStation 6. I think, they see what's happening right now, right? Like, they see what's going on, and they chose to mention PlayStation 6 because ain't nobody looking for that. Not even PlayStation. Right now, they're like, damn, are we really making that shit? Can we just cancel? We cancel Concord, right?
Can we only put on the
Switch? No PlayStation 6?
Exactly.
No PS6?
Damn.
Let's see the actual
no
story. Let's see what the story's actually about, though. Hold on. All right. So Netflix Games boss says 8-year-olds aren't dreaming of PlayStation 6. The man in charge of Netflix's push into video games has said that he doesn't believe console-style games are the future. Netflix has made a muted push into the video game space for some years, hiring experienced talent and forwarding video games playable in the Netflix app to its millions of users. So far, these experiences have been mostly smaller mobile-style titles rather than console-style blockbusters. Now, speaking to the game business, president of games at Netflix, Alien Taskin, said, did I say Alien?
Elaine.
I don't know why I said Alien.
We got there. Listen,
Elaine Taskin says, I don't know why it got there, but I don't know what happened. Elaine Taskin says he doesn't think the current model of console games is the future for the industry. Notice that he's specifically saying console games, right? He didn't say PC games. He didn't say mobile games. He said console games. When it comes to console, we started to look at the future where the platform is agnostic. Ooh, let's hear that one more time. We started to look at the future where the platform is agnostic. Look at the younger generation. Are 8-year-olds and 10-year-olds dreaming of owning a PlayStation 6? I am not sure. They are wanting to interact with any digital screen, whatever it is, whether it is even in the car or wherever it is, even in the car. With console, you're thinking about high definition. You're thinking about the controller. If we look at this older model, I think it will restrain us. And that's pretty much for that. I mean, we know that Netflix had the ambition to go down this route, and have like AAA studios making their own games and shit, but they squashed that, right? So they shut down their AAA studio, and it was Team Blue. That was the one that had the dude from Halo, Joseph Staten. They shut that down. That was this past October. So they are out of that idea. They also got rid of all their interactive movies. Remember we watched that movie where you could pick the situation?
See, it's kind of cool and entertaining, but then you kind of want to go back and see what happens, and it all kind of turns out the same way anyways. So I'm not sure that it's worth it.
Yeah, I don't think it is. And obviously they don't think so either. And even they have bought Oxenfree studio, the people who made Oxenfree, Night School Studio. Bought them back in 2021, and last month they just let go of some people, right? So it's clear, they're kind of exiting that idea. They're probably going to stick to things that are more mobile related and easier to bring
simpler
right to the phone on their Netflix app. But when you hear them, they're kind of alluding to the idea of what a console game is. But I think the key here is the platform agnostic, right? That's where they're looking at it, right? That's where they're seeing it. And it's like, if Microsoft, humongous company, is seeing that this is the way it's going, Netflix, another huge company, a company known for leading the way and not following, right, is saying that the future is platform agnostic, right? There's no more, I have to have this box to play this game. It's, hey, I just want to play these games wherever I am, right? And, as much as Netflix is looking for the absolute easiest version of this, which is just on a phone, right? Microsoft is thinking the same thing, right? They want the same exact thought process that Netflix has, except how can we easily make it so that you can take those high quality gaming experiences and do the same idea, bring them with you wherever you are, right? And they obviously have lots of ambition to do so. So as much as this might be this idea of like console gaming versus mobile gaming, I don't think that's the real idea here. I think what the real point of this is, and why they specifically mention a PlayStation 6, is that they're seeing the future. They're seeing that this is not going to be a place where you're going to be forcing people to own your box in order to play your games. It just doesn't make sense. You have to put your games, everywhere you can. Be easier for people to go ahead and play them how they want, when they want, right? The access is the key. And this lines up a lot with what we've already discussed, talked about with a lot of different things. But I found it refreshing to see Netflix come out and be like,
they're big dogs, right? For them to come out here and kind of go ahead and make that statement, it's a big deal. And man, this is the thing. Obviously, Google tried this and they ran in the other direction, right? They're not willing to spend what is necessary. And Netflix is kind of already choosing a different route when it comes to gaming, right? They had a big presence last year during the show. I think it was the summer show, wasn't it? That they had quite a variety of games there. And you see them kind of taking a step back. I think you can see how intense the competition is coming from Xbox, right, for those AAA games. And Nintendo has the handheld, right? And the Switch is pretty much on the go. Xbox is working on theirs, and PlayStation, they're the ones being left behind. Yes, I don't think in any way that anyone is streaming, especially, and we've talked about this, 6-8 years old, they're playing with tablets, they're playing on the phone, they're playing PC. And so that is why it's so important. And it's so difficult to understand the outrage out there when Xbox is trying to evolve and go ahead and have the Fire Stick. And this is an Xbox and that's an Xbox. This is just a way to, incorporate the games that we love into having people having easy access. We talked about yesterday, the free-to-play games and how they're trying to incorporate, skins and, freebies with Game Pass that are just a part of it. And I just think that they're trying to touch every base where this is just where it makes sense. For someone like Netflix, getting into it now to say, you know what, PlayStation tapped out. We're going to be the ones to give Xbox a smoke. I don't think that's smart. Look at all the studios they've bought. Look at all the money they've invested, and they continue to move forward. They have Game Pass. It wouldn't be an easy task for them to take on. So for them to sidestep, I think that's the way to go. I think that dominating space, it belongs to Xbox. I think the crown has been, if you can't see that that's where it goes, I mean, I don't even know what, if you've been living under a freaking rock, because it's just what makes sense. The games that they've been delivering and that they're going to continue to deliver just this year alone, man, it's ridiculous. At that level, I don't think that one game that they're going to release from PlayStation is going to reach the level of anything that they're going to put out this year. I mean, it's not just that they've bought a bunch of studios, that they're releasing a bunch of games, but the quality of them, they're not going to leave anything for, people to chew up and spit out and talk shit about. I think also they've cut out the freaking media and all the nonsense by having, Game Pass, where people just go ahead and talk about the games and market that for them anyways. And now they're using PlayStation. This is wild. But yeah, I agree with Netflix in that jab that they took. Let's not forget that Netflix is working on that Gears of War show, right? Or the movie. They're making the movie, right? I believe that the Halo show is it already there, or is going to
the
Netflix?
The older ones are there on
yes.
Netflix.
So I don't know if they're taking over for season 3. I hope they do.
Fingers
because
crossed.
Man, I love that show. So they have a relationship there, and that's not the place where they want to go ahead and butt heads.
Agreed. What do you think, Demo? The idea that Netflix is literally coming out here and saying, "Hey, ain't nobody dreaming about a PlayStation 6, fam."
Your boy Mike's in the chat.
Yeah. Shout
Actually,
out
real
to
quick, Demo, before you,
go ahead. I was gonna say,
I do have Do You K Now,
Well,
the Boy Inside with that $2 super chat. Appreciate you, fam. Says, what up, y'all? Checking in from Richmond, Virginia, Comic-Con. That's dope, man.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go, man.
That's awesome.
You should be doing some coverage for On Point right there.
Yes.
Bro. Get us some good videos, get some interviews. We'll put it up on our site. Come on, broke boy. Let's hit it. You're there. You're on the ground floor. Let's make it happen.
Get it.
Thank you for checking in, brother. Appreciate you. Shout out to everybody in the chat. See you, homie, big boy Mike, my dude.
Yes.
What's up, man? Also, quick question from Ryur Gaming. Says, Doodle, do your youngest play Mario more than Roblox? Bro, they don't play Mario.
No.
Mario's dead to them.
No.
That was a very short amount of time when we were trying to get them in.
Yeah.
Right? And they noped out. Nobody asked for Mario.
No, he's not. It was like it took a moment, just a little moment, and they kind of moved on from it. But yeah, Roblox, they just Game Pass is where it's at. Roblox, they play Paw Patrol. My little one likes a lot. I mean,
even though Game Pass was just a gateway drug.
Oh my gosh. No.
He plays the one on Game Pass and then he's like, I want that one.
Yep.
Say, bro, there's one in Game Pass. That one. Come on, man.
Yo, we bought every Paw Patrol
every time
game.
I bought one, he wants the next one.
Yeah, he wanted the one that
man.
We didn't have yet, or that wasn't in Game Pass, and he demanded that it was bought for him. So we're like, all right, well,
for real.
I guess we're getting every Paw Patrol game, and that's how that played out. Yeah.
And I think he ultimately goes back to the Game Pass one to play most.
Probably, because that's the one he, gravitated towards, but he just wanted to have them all. Minecraft is a big deal here too.
Yeah, Minecraft is
Fortnite.
I was actually shocked because our first two loved, like Madman and Purpleberry.
Yes.
Loved Minecraft.
Oh my gosh,
play together, build all types of shit.
Oh my god, roller coasters, amusement parks, everything.
So then, I think the girls weren't really into it to begin with, but now they're getting into it, and the smaller ones are into it as well.
Yeah.
So it's without even trying, bro. These are just the games that they're gravitating towards. It's like
it's
you
crazy.
can't control it, bro. You can't control it. These young, like 8-year-olds, our daughters are 8. They don't even like. First of all, our daughter will call you a pony. Okay?
Oh my gosh!
So
to your
she's
face.
definitely not dreaming of PlayStation 6.
I mean,
so why you acting like a pony? Like, oh shit. She's like, we don't. This ain't just about YouTube, baby. There are ponies everywhere, every day. You got pony tendencies right now. Check yourself. It's crazy. It's so unexpected when you do something and she just hits you with that. You acting like a pony, yo. This shit wild. It's like, word. Like, how does that happen, yo?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. But it's true. It's true. So, like, that's not even a like,
they don't mess around with that.
It's not on purpose. We're not pushing these games on them. This is what they want to play. This is what they gravitate towards, and they just do it up, man. They have.
You know what else? Who's your daddy?
Oh, who's your daddy?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, it's because of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, remember?
Because they make it so dramatic.
they have goddamn YouTube. Okay, channel with this little baby. Who's your daddy, right? And you play this baby and you run in, do all types of crazy shit. Basically, you know, you're trying not to get captured by, like, you're trying to cause as much chaos as possible.
Before you're
before
you get caught, before your parent catches
like,
you.
no, don't do that. But like, you could kill the, like, there's a bunch of crazy stuff that happens.
Flood the house is the one he likes.
House. So it teaches you, if you take something and put it in the toilet and flush the toilet and the water can't go down, the water will come out and flood the house. Tell me tell me he didn't try to flood the house bad time.
Oh, he got creative.
Oh my god.
He got creative. But
this is what's out there.
It's funny.
It's not Mario. Let me put it that way. Okay. Nintendo is the least of the concerns. I think Animal Crossing
with the islands,
with the bigger of the twins, but just it ain't there. Let me get Game Shark and then we'll get right back to you.
Good question. Right.
Game Shark with that $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you, homie. Says Sony equals no games. Send CMoney to their headquarters. I know you're not sleeping. LOL. Hit the like button, everyone.
Twinkle, baby. Yes.
Twinkle, twinkle, yo. That's what's up. All right. So, Demo, you're on, bro. Sorry for the delay.
No, you're good. It was a good delay because the baby just woke up, so I had to go pick him up real quick.
Nice.
Just woke up. Yeah, man.
Nice.
I just wanted to say, man, we've been saying this for a long time here in the show. We got many episodes that we talked about where kids play now. And, you know, Doodle and y'all have like a bunch of kids. Ain't nobody know kids better than you guys. And, you know, they've been playing on the tablet. You know, they've been playing on the phone. They've been playing on every single screen they can get their hands on. And they also be playing a lot on Game Pass, which is a great service too. Even though your kids want to buy the paid version of certain games, Game Pass will still save you a lot of money in all the shit that they will otherwise, want to buy too. So I would say that the future of gaming will change. And with that, the hardware and the way that we play, these controllers that we're using right now, they are going to evolve. I don't know if you guys remember, but Nintendo, regular Nintendo, I wish I could go ahead and just grab my regular Super Nintendo controllers. They didn't have as many buttons. They didn't have as many buttons. They didn't have sticks. It literally changed. Then we even have like something like the Nintendo. What was it, like the one that was a flop? Not the GameCube, the other one. What was it that it had a screen on the controller?
The Wii U.
The Wii U,
no,
exactly,
the Wii,
right?
The Wii U.
The Wii U, right? We got stuff like
the
Wii U, and we even got now controllers that we can hook up to our freaking phones, dude. Like the backbone, right? And like the Razer Kishi. So
I just bought that new backbone.
Yeah, I'll be looking at it because I don't really play on the cloud too much, but it's always good as a gamer to have one of those on deck, at least in the office, with you in your pocket, because it fits anywhere. And it's just like
options.
I'm playing video games whenever they catch me. I'm bored. I'm waiting for the meeting, waiting for for my appointment, or I'm just seeing, I'm in traffic. Sometimes it's crazy. Sometimes I'm coming back from work and I get caught by the train and I'm stuck in there for like 30 minutes. And it'll be great to have something to kill time on, even if you're not doing nothing, even even if you only just managing your inventory, because you know how it is, the cloud is not, the optimal way to play yet, right? But I mean, you can certainly do certain stuff in the cloud that could like at least save you some time. So when you get back home, you jump in the game, all your inventory is ready, you already broken down your items, you at least got part of the game, and you're ready to go on a mission, right? So the way I see it, man, they're right, man. The future of gaming is not on consoles, it's heading towards PC. The hardcore players, the people who really care about graphics and performance, they get in PCs. I have friends with kids that are like, getting into teen years, and when they get 12 to 11 years old, what they want is a PC. Nobody's asking for a PlayStation. They want a gaming PC so they can play a huge variety of games on Steam, Epic, and GOG, whatever, because it's super cheap to play in there. Also, the accessibility, and it's just like, like consoles. Yeah, they dear to us because it's the way that we've been playing for a long time, but it's going to come to a point that the knowledge is going to advance so much that you won't even need them. In fact, you don't even need them anymore. I have friends that strictly play on GeForce Now, and the games run incredible. And it is true. It's
GeForce Now.
Yeah. Look, CMoney, you were talking over here how you were playing a Vow on GeForce Now. Was it like you played most of a Vow?
I'm still playing a Vow on GeForce Now, yo.
And you have a high-end, basically a supercomputer that is able to run this, but it's just like the ease of access. It's just like, it loads like that. I don't need to like install the game. It saved me
it's a
storage.
It's a commitment. That's the problem. It's a commitment to come and be like, all right, I'm gonna go play on my PC. Right. I gotta go. It's like a whole thing to make that happen. It's not like let me just, I got a few minutes over here. Let me just hop on real quick where I am. Come on, man.
But you know what's crazy though? Like even when you do, because like you'll go in and you'll see it on PC, you'll play for a while, right? And you're like, holy crap, look at the difference. That's a big difference. Look how it looks, blah, blah. But still, you want that access to it where you're not always going to have to go ahead and just get on your PC and play, even though the difference may be there. You want to be able to, easily go ahead and access your
accessibility
game.
Trumps.
Exactly, which is why, like, listen, I have an Xbox One here still in my room. So sometimes I put my Xbox on the living room, and I don't feel just like picking him up and just bringing over here. And I still play some games in the Xbox One, that are available in there. So the fact is, like you said, accessibility is key, man. And the whole gaming industry is changing. It's not just about consoles. In fact, I would argue that PC and cloud and mobile are ahead. It's just like the bunch of dinosaurs that, like you said before, they don't want to move on from. They scared of change because men fear what they cannot understand, and that's a reality. Like sometimes people, right? They be like, oh well, we're not ready for cloud. Look at the Nintendo thing now with the game sharing cards. That's something that Xbox wanted to do during the Xbox One era, and everybody talks shit about it. Now it's great. Nintendo did it. It's great. You know what I'm saying? So it just makes you feel like sometimes people are not ready for the technological advancements, so they cannot appreciate it. So things like what Xbox did with the Kinect, what Xbox was doing with DRM. Now every fucking game has DRM. Who's crying? Every game, even Assassin's Creed, bro, it's crazy. And it's just wild that, when Xbox do something, then people criticize them. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is like kids not really caring that much about console. They just want to play games. The kids don't care about performance. Kids don't care about how good or great a game looks. They don't care about how clean an animation is. Like you said, your kids are playing Roblox, bro. Look at the graphics. Look at the animations. It's super basic. But you know what's really good? The gameplay loop and what they can do within that game.
They love
is
it, bro.
amazing.
They love it.
It's very
what's the greatest thing? What's the greatest thing, Demo and everybody here, right? I know some grown ass men try to trick you into thinking that playing as a little robot made them smile from ear to ear like fucking cycles the whole time. Okay, I know some people did that, right? But let me tell you something. Sitting down and watching your young kids play a game, not because they're so used to it. That's just what they do, or no, that they're just sitting there and they're just having fun,
Blast.
laughing, actually smiling, actually joking and playing with each other, just living their fucking
playing
best
together,
lives.
such a
And
big
they don't give
deal.
a fuck what console it is, right? It just so happens that it's an Xbox that they're doing it on, but there's a PlayStation controller 3 feet away. I just think nobody likes a PlayStation controller. You know what I'm saying? But like they don't give a shit. Like they're not saying I'm playing this Xbox game. They're playing Roblox.
Yeah.
That's what they love. They're playing, Paw Patrol. They don't give a shit where that is, right? They just want to be playing. And they love it, man. And they have so much fun. It's crazy when you see like it shows you the whole point of what this is, why we still love it, because it's not the same reaction, but inside we do get that satisfaction that they have expressing outwardly, because we're not psychopaths. We don't do that as grown people. Okay. But
you can feel,
yeah, man,
you can feel what they're feeling, right? You can feel what they're feeling. You can
exactly
relate.
It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so, and it's just like this is caused by the most simple games like Minecraft, Roblox, Fortnite, right? And Fortnite is one of those games that kids they get a lot of enjoyment out of it, where they win, lose, or draw. It's the enjoyment. It's just doing the little dance. It's just fooling around. It's just like what kids want. And at the end of the day, kids run the show. Bro, people don't want to realize it. Like today, for example, I woke up, I went ahead and did the show in the morning, went back, outside, went ahead and did my taxes. After that, I had, lunch type, dinner type thing with my, with my girl and the boy. And after that, I knocked out. And I didn't have no time. Like, this is my day off today, supposedly, that I took a day off. I didn't have no work, and I wasn't able to play. Ironfall just dropped yesterday, and I had no time. I just downloaded it. It's right there sitting on my PC, and it's also sitting here on my Xbox. I haven't been able to fire it up. And it's not because I don't want to. I'm dying inside because that's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying in reality, but I do not have the time until the weekends get here. Guess who had the freaking time? Kids. They got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they run the show. Put some respect on the kids, because at the end of the day, this is for them. In my opinion, gaming is mainly for the kids. Us, we do it because there's grown-ups games. But at the end of the day, we can do some more other stuff that kids can, and we can like get enjoyment out of them. So, I mean, as a kid, it's just amazing being able to, just go online and play games with your friends, man. That's the shit.
Yeah.
That's the shit.
I agree. And, but that's why it's so important. Like, you see PlayStation when, the gas games were popping. Oh, this is what we need to go ahead and figure out. They went all in. And now they're trying to go ahead and kind of bring in that Nintendo crowd, and they feel like they need to make these smaller experiences that they can afford and potentially please that crowd. But I can't stress enough the fact that those AAA games that we love so much and that we enjoy so much are still being delivered by Xbox, right? And that's the thing. I just love the fact that we're not being left behind either, right? And as much as our kids gravitate towards those games, they also love sitting next to us and like watching a VOW or Call of Duty or it's just, that's just how it is.
That's just how it is. Even though they can comprehend it, they look at you as you, oh my God, you're playing COD, you're so cool. And
so you don't want that type of gaming to die out.
Xbox is keeping that type of gaming alive, bro.
Yeah,
they're the ones who are investing in a major way.
Now more than ever, we got games for adults, because I mean, for a long time it was all about the kids. I don't know if you remember Super Nintendo days. It was all about the kids. You get one gory game, probably Mortal Kombat, another gory game that you see a little bit of blood, but that was it. Right nowadays, when we see more games directed towards adult, because the crowd who used to play Nintendo and Sega Genesis and all of that, we've grown now. So the gaming industry had to go with the times, and I feel like Nintendo, for example, the big stock, just like we are gonna cater to just kids, right? And I feel like they should go ahead and do both. But at the
I don't know
same
if that's
time,
true, Demo. They have some pretty adult games.
yeah, they do. But like for the most
they
part,
have that
80% of the games is like directed towards kids.
they have the family-friendly ones too, right? They
Mhm,
definitely focus on that as well. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean they just do the opposite, right? So they have
Mhm.
the few games that cater towards like the parents, right, of the people, of the Switch owners, which are the kids. But we'll see what they do.
They
But
doing their own thing. That's how I feel. And then I feel like, okay, it should be respected, because at the end of the day, we all got kids. So I mean, the easiest thing you can do is give a kid a Nintendo Switch, and he'll be all right. He's not gonna see anything crazy. He's just gonna be able to, so that's a good thing too. Yeah.
Well,
we say family friendly until you're in there in a Super Mario game and one person gets left behind in the group and they rage out.
Everybody's mad.
But that's in everywhere.
It gets real.
So all right, yeah. So Hargi, again, we've been talking about stuff like this forever, right? And it just seems like the closer that we get to when this time is coming where these new consoles are supposed to be coming out, the more and more it's like maybe it's not. You know what I'm saying? Again, this wasn't a mistake. He called out PlayStation 6 because PlayStation's still in that mindset of I have one box and that box is where I need to be primarily. Obviously, we see them doing, slowly getting into PC day and date. Now they're dropping day and dates on Nintendo Switch like it's nobody's business. Like they don't even care anymore. So, I mean, what do you think about all this stuff, man? What do you feel?
So there's a lot in this, okay? So, Demo, you mentioned a few things that are actually happening, right? So when we were learning how to play these games, you mentioned the NES controller. Way back, we had the Atari joystick, right? Very simple, one button and a joystick, right? Very easy to use. Nintendo comes out, 2 buttons and a little thumb pad, right? So, okay, not too bad. Start, select, right? Fine. Then it gets more complicated. But one of the things that happened was as it got more complicated, they put in the game how you can learn the controller. Now, if you pick up one of these controllers and you're brand new to gaming, you're going to be like, this is a monstrosity, right? It's just, it just is. Now, we grew up with it. We understand it, right? So for us, it's like, I just know I have to hit this button. It's obvious because we've done it like a billion times, right? So we're used to it. But if you're new, you're a kid, you know what's much easier? You touch the touchpad. It's very simple. And it just works, right? That's an easy interface that they can learn quickly, right? There aren't
they all learn it so fast.
They do,
right? There aren't a lot of games that now do the service of teaching you how to use that bloody controller. There is no like Nintendo Entertainment System controller with 2 buttons. There's too much stuff there now, right? And that's not a big deal when you get older, right? You start to figure it out, no big deal. If you're a kid, it's kind of a big deal, isn't it? We don't think about it because we grew up with it, right? So that's why the target audience of a PlayStation player is the people who already learned how to use that controller, right? That's just the way it is. And are they doing anything to make sure they have new players coming in to teach them how to use that? Maybe you could say Astro. Do you think that's it? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. But that's one of the things
you have to have new players buying the game to play it, though.
There's that, right? Because you'd have to have the mindset to say, I want to spend that much money. Hey, mom and dad, go spend $600, whatever it is, to go buy this whole thing. And then, I can now try to play this that I don't even know how to play. But that whole thing. So now it comes down to parents, right? Teaching their kids how to do that. But why shouldn't games just do that? Because they used to just do that. It wasn't our parents who taught us how to play games. They had no idea what the hell gaming was, right? So the games did it for us. They taught us how to use those things, right? And that is something that's kind of lost. I don't know that they have given up on that or if they just don't realize that you need to do that for a new generation of gamers. You need to actually introduce them. This is why Nintendo's good. You might find that their games might be childish, but they'll stop and say, oh, you need to press this colored button over there. right? And they'll just tell you, and that teaches you how to do stuff. That's why it's good, right? Like that might seem stupid to us, but it's useful for new kids who are coming into the gaming world, right? That's the kind of thing you need to keep doing. And maybe even Nintendo is kind of falling back on that, but that is the kind of thing that you used to get, right? And this is how you understood how to use these devices. So we'll see how that progresses, but that's why PC is kind of cool. You know why? It says hit the W button. Okay, I see where that is. Right? That's easy. It's just easier to figure out. Right? It just prompts you right away. Hit that button. Oh, I know a keyboard. Okay, there it is. Right? So it's just easier to deal with. Right? So now, is that exclusive? No, at some point you get enough to figure it out. Okay, I can figure out the controller. But if you're like 5 and you want to you watch it, like, can I do that? And you're like, you have no idea what to do. Right? And that's where it's kind of a fail. But anyway, so this is something that they like the game industry, if they want to get more players to start playing the kid-like games, they really do have to kind of do that, right? They have to kind of teach, right? Okay, yes, that means you might have to have a picture of the controller and have a nice little pointer. Here, click here. Maybe they have an option for that, right? Hey, I'm a beginner, help me. Right. And maybe that's an AI thing that they could do, but whatever it is, somehow they need to have that capability to target. Hey, newcomers come in, even they don't have to be kids. Just give it to somebody who's never played any games and they're 30 years old and they're like, I have no idea how to pick this controller up and do anything. Right. If they've just never done anything with it, right, then you're like, okay, that's a disservice. We should be able to teach you how to do that. Right. And it shouldn't be somebody else has to do that. It should just be there. Right? For most things you buy, there's a tutorial, right? You just here's how you do it. Okay, so where's the tutorial, right? That's something that we should have.
I think the thing, Hargeet, is I think most of these people who don't know how to do it, I think the point is that they're not bothering. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not bothering to go get a console or do something like that. They're just playing games on their phone because the phone is so easy. If
that's
you
why
think about
the
basic nature of why 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds can take a phone and play games on them
because it's intuitive,
like they know what they're doing because it just makes sense to them.
They can set it up themselves.
It's so easy for them.
Exactly.
So I think that's the point that Netflix is trying to make.
Exactly. And that's how it's going to be.
Other things are too complicated. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Right. And then
but that's why Xbox
have that bias. It's hard to undo, right? We have a bias to controllers. Why? We grew up with them. Right? Yeah. They have a bias towards touch because that's what they grew up
does
with.
Have a lot of games that are touch enabled on cloud.
Fair enough, right? But
which is
the
disconnect
here is most of the big AAA games tend to be controller based. Is that going to shift at some point? I don't know, right? But the gaming world, those people growing up on that touch capability, their mindset is that, right? And then they're like, oh, I have to learn how to do this. Cool. They can do it, but it's always the second choice. Just like for us, I don't want to go to a tablet to play my game. I want to play with the controller on my big TV. They want to do the opposite. Right? So that's their initial preference, right? That doesn't mean they can't do the other. It doesn't mean I can't do the other, right? It just is the preference that I would prefer to just play on a controller, and that's what's shifting, right? And that's what they're talking about, right? And from Nintendo's perspective, they have the Switch, right? So you can click around, right? And the other part is Xbox doesn't care where you play. You want touch, like you mentioned, they'll do it. Fine. You can play on your phone with touch controls. They don't fine, do it, right? They're okay with whatever you want, wherever you want, right? So if that's your play, no problem. You want to play on PC with a touch screen, go for it. They don't care, right? Tablet with a touch screen, again, they don't care. Go ahead, right? They're open to whatever. So that it does really just leave PlayStation on an island.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because they are looking at it from the aspect of the ease of the controller versus the the touchscreen, but also being platform agnostic. They're saying that people are not looking to get locked into one situation. They don't want to feel like they're buying this box and that's it. That's what this is for. They don't want to just sit locked. They want to be able to say, okay, I have a console that's cool, but that same game I'm playing on that console, I want to be able to play on my phone if I want to, on my PC if I want to, on my tablet if I want to.
And your
like,
progress comes with you
exactly.
seamlessly. It just works, right? Yeah, exactly. This is the world that Microsoft's building. I don't know that PlayStation's going there yet. I don't think they are. Steam has always been that way. They don't care wherever you are. You just log in, your saves are there, everything's there. Just play the game, right? So, yeah, it's a different world. We will see how this progresses, but yeah, of all the platforms, PlayStation seems like the one that's least tailored to the new gamer. That doesn't mean that there aren't a lot of new gamers coming into PlayStation. They do, but they come in later in life, and because they learn the controller, and so that might still sustain them, maybe, right? But I'm still thinking the preference is going to be, can I play the way I like to play? And that happens to be touch. It happens to be keyboard, right? So if that's the case, you need to just service that. And look, PlayStation's putting their games on PC, right? Which does break down that barrier. So that's cool for them. At least they'll have that option. But look, it is an interesting platform play for them. Like, Nintendo still got its play. They make things easy. They have the nice Nintendo Switch. It's cool. Microsoft's everywhere. I don't care where you want to play. They're everywhere. Everybody
I think that's the key
everywhere.
right there.
It's
That's the
just
key.
PlayStation.
For PlayStation, you go ahead, you buy a game, you have to play it there. At least if you go ahead and you buy a game on Nintendo, the Switch, you can go ahead and take it with you, and it becomes kind of like an easy thing. You can dock it, go ahead, play on your TV. You can take it out with you or whatever you want to do, right? And the fact that Xbox is kind of putting down the barriers and saying, listen, you're going to pay for this game here, but you can play it there. You can play it here. You have access to it when you're on the go through this, through that, and it all gels together seamlessly. I think that's key, right? Because when you're thinking of where am I going to buy games, I think having access to them from different places, I think that's key.
That matters. That matters.
Yeah, it does a lot.
Yeah, I see some of the chats here, like Others Inc. Look, I'm assuming Others Inc. you trained your child because they watched you, or you directly told them, hey, do this. What if you don't have somebody in the house that can do that? How do they learn? For them, it's daunting. You got to look at it that way. It is what it is, right? So it seems easy from your perspective, but it's true. Others Sync does say that kids today are smarter than we think, and if you want to know, kids are as smart as we are.
If you want to,
they always are smart.
If you want to know, if they want to know how to use a cell phone, just give it to them and they figure it out. That's not one. That's the thing, though, right?
Because it's touch.
For
it's intuitive.
For us, it's like, just even with growing up, and yes, things kind of like started, and if you go to anyone that's older, much older than us, and you try to get them onto something that we grew up with, they can't seem to kind of break that barrier, right? I love the fact that kids are growing up with technology the way they are. They are so quick about it, and they learn so freaking fast.
They do adapt, and I get the point, because it works. It's both sides are true.
Yes,
because Hargi, when I first saw one of our kids play with a controller, they don't know what the hell's going on. But in a household where there's constantly games going
they can watch, right? They can
playing,
pay attention.
That's when they're easily kind of be like, okay, cool, we got this, right? Because if it's not, then they're never going to spend that much time with it to actually ever get really good with it, right? Like, even our youngest, I don't know if you noticed, baby, but he's like no problems now.
Oh yeah,
he's fucking. He playing Minecraft, doing whatever he wants to do.
But they
they
never stopped, and yes, because they're available, right? But it never stopped them. Just like if they got stuck somewhere, they'll be like, wait, like, hold on, what's happening here? And you show them, and then that's it,
But also,
right?
too, we also don't have
Quick.
like we also use, and I'm sorry, and you can just hop right back to it. But I was just gonna say, like, we also have, like, we use the Xbox a lot for
Mhm.
everything. So like he goes on YouTube there because he's playing the game, and then he'll just switch to YouTube,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Or he'll
seamlessly.
switch to
Like,
Netflix or switch to Disney, and then
Yeah,
switch
yeah,
back
yeah,
to
yeah.
games. So he's in that kind of, he's always using the controller, so it kind of keeps that going. Versus a household where it's like, hey, you play the game here, that's it, and now okay, go with a TV remote to go watch TV, right? It's a little disconnect, right?
yeah. I also think that, sometimes you have things available, right? And then there's like maybe that, one console in this one spot that doesn't get used much, right? So it's just access, and like whatever you're exposed to, they just learn quickly. It's just
Yeah.
amazing
It's just exposure.
how they can, just pick things up.
I just
That as
PlayStation
an
6
older
is,
person, it's a lot harder to break through. You know what I'm saying?
I just think PlayStation 6 is in the worst position because by the time they come out, how far along is this movement going to be where having one place be the place that your game is sold and that's it? That's just the one place you could play that game you bought. How far away are we going to be from that idea? You know what I'm saying? Like right now on the Xbox, we already find it crazy, this idea that if I buy my game, I'm stuck only playing it on one place, right? We know by default on Xbox, I play it on PC, on my cloud, on however I want.
Yep.
On GeForce Now, right? Like it's all just available to me. Whereas on PlayStation, you're not there. So come, 3 years from now, like how far are we going to be from this idea of just, hey, okay, cool. Yeah, release a PlayStation. And yeah, when you buy the game, you can only play it on PlayStation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that.
Like that sounds asinine.
Across across history, right? We've seen Xbox and other platforms try to innovate in the way that we connect with each other as gamers, in the form of crossplay. And now we play everywhere. We get cross save and cross progression. A lot of people were reluctant to do that. That was the case of games like Apex Legends, and they dropped players like crazy. They started losing players left to right because cross progression. And what caused this? A lot of people were switching to PC to play Apex Legends because the 120 FPS didn't get to consoles fast enough, right? I was one of them, right, who actually got me a PC because I was like, I'm tired of playing Apex Legends at 30 and 60 FPS in these laggy lobbies. When I go to my homeboy's house or my brother-in-law house who has a capable PC and I play at 160 FPS or some shit like that, and it just blows my mind how better I can do. It's not that I'm become better, it's that I'm more comfortable, and then I feel like the game is not holding me back, that I actually can do whatever I want to do. So what caused this? A lot of people switching to PC due to bot performance in Apex. If you wanted to be a competitive gamer in Apex Legends, for example, you needed to play on PC. Now, 120 FPS patch drop, and it's way better. It continues to get better over time. So shout out to EA and Respawn for fixing the game a little bit, even though it still need work. But when these people that switch to PC, they lost their accounts that they had spent thousands of dollars on skins, heirlooms, you name it. EA seemed like they were losing money. People were stopped literally playing their game because when they moved to PC, they didn't have anything. They were like, there was I spent 2-3 years playing this game on console. I switched to PC and got shit. Like, what the hell, bro? And what did they do? They enable cross save and cross progression. So what happened now? If you got an EA account on Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, Nintendo, even, you can go ahead and go to EA, and in your PC, if you want to play competitive, you can go ahead and do so, and everything is in there. And that's the motherfucking future, whether you guys like it or not. And Xbox is doing it. Play everywhere is the most underrated. I'm gonna die in this freaking hill, bro, every time. The most underrated feature that Xbox offers you, because when you buy this, you know that you have access to it every freaking device that Xbox exists. So, I mean, sadly, PlayStation has to get with the program because, I mean, we're gaming in way more devices than before. Like I said, sometimes I'm stuck in traffic and I'm waiting for the train to pass 30 minutes. I could literally play. You know, sometimes I'm on break at work. I could literally play. Sometimes I travel and I'm like, you know, my girl knocked out. I'm bored. You know, I don't really like movies like that. Going to the cloud and continue my progress in games that I already play and I already love. Even though I might not get the best performance, I can still kill time. I can still kill time. And look, cloud is gonna get better and cross progression and all of this now is a small thing, but now it's gonna get even better. And I don't know if you've seen that announcement by Xbox that is like develop for play everywhere. I know you guys seen it, that they trying to get more developers to jump in the you know, Xbox play everywhere because it increases playtime, and undoubtedly so. And why is this? Because like if you give me the option of playing every device, I go visit my auntie. You know, as a kid, you visit your auntie, she just have a laptop. She doesn't have it. She's like, oh, come on, you can go ahead and use my laptop. You play games, but you know, just go ahead as a kid. You log in to your Xbox account. You play off of the cloud, even though that laptop is a piece of shit and it might be like older than you, and you able to access this. Not only that, you can do so in a Fire Stick. You can do so in an actual TV via GeForce Now. So the future is amazing, even for parents who can't afford you know, buying a $500 console. It might be more viable to them to just get Game Pass Ultimate and play off the cloud or GeForce Now or Boosteroid. There's also many services and ways that you can do this. So my opinion, Sony PlayStation, what really hurt them and what really makes kids not dream about a PlayStation, it's just the fact that they don't offer these many features that people downplay all the time. And you know, now we're finding out how important it is. You know, cross progression, cross play is so important too, because if you're not able to connect with your friends in whatever platform they play, you cannot just make okay, we're a clique, right? In high school, and we all gotta have PlayStations. Like you have an Xbox, you left out. Like, come on, bro, that's so dumb. That's so dumb because everybody got their own personalities and everybody got their own shit that they like. So you cannot condemn people to just playing one device because, you know, and that way what you're doing is like pushing away gamers. And that's what what Xbox is doing is the opposite. We want you to play more. We want you to have more access to your games. And we want more accessibility and ease of access. And also we don't want your kidneys. We don't want your kidneys. We don't want your kidneys. We don't want your lungs. We want you to, you know, go ahead and be able to afford, because
just buy something and play there.
Just play the games.
Yeah. And it's true though. Like kids, if they have like a little, if you don't have the $500, right, to go ahead and buy that console that everybody else is playing as a parent, right? Then what? Your kid's just left out. It's like there's enough crap that takes place nowadays that shouldn't be the situation, and your kids should be able to just play anywhere and enjoy the same games and play with their friends. It shouldn't be that big of a deal, you know.
Facts. Let me get. I apologize, man. It slipped through, man. I'm sorry.
Yo, the insider.
Now the broke boy insider with that $2 super chat says threw a few picks into the general Discord. That's right. Our homie is live at the West Virginia Comic-Con. Going in.
Let me check.
Let's see.
Let's
go ahead and let's bring him in. There we go. One right nut.
Yo,
I know this guy. I don't know his name, but I'm pretty sure I know who that is.
Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah, this guy is the guy who was on Mindy, right? Playing the brother.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Right?
I believe so.
Yep.
Oh, he's funny.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yes.
He's a funny guy. That guy, don't know who he is.
I've seen him before.
I'm sure we have. This guy, don't know who he is, but
that's dope.
I believe you. This lady, don't know who he is or who she is. But
this lady, I don't know who he is.
Who he is. Is this Jake the Snake? Is that Jake the Snake Roberts?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, snap.
Fire.
Crazy.
Yo.
That's crazy.
The insider. Get that interview. Send it over.
He needed at
Get your
least
mic.
to add a caption to the pictures, like, oh, here with, so that we know,
Yes.
because
I know.
sometimes like people look different to the actual characters that they play in movies.
Yeah,
That's
for
true.
sure, for
Yeah, like
sure.
really different.
Fucking Jake
It's
the Snake.
crazy.
That's crazy. Yep.
Don't
Don't
know.
know. Don't know who that is, but he's got a picture, so definitely famous. Oh, I think I know who this guy
Yeah, I
is.
feel like I've seen that.
Yeah, we know who this guy is.
Wait, yes, the background
I mean, the
picture. I see.
name's
I
in
seen
the
him without the
background, right?
beard.
Well, I can't.
Where?
I don't know if you got
I
X-ray
can't see
vision,
Mikey
but
on his freaking tag. The
it's like so far. But yeah, I never know names. But yeah, I remember that face. Mick Foley. I know Mick Foley.
Holy
shit, he's
shit,
big, dude.
Cactus Jack Mick Foley, bro,
Yo,
legend.
Mankind. Remember?
Yeah, bro, he was
Mandible
nuts.
Claw.
It was the
crazy.
mandible claw.
The
He was
Mandible
one of
Claw.
it was one of the wildest WWE superstars. He
Yeah,
had
he's
great
real
matches
crazy.
with the Rock. I remember
Yep.
that shit, bro, back in the day. Crazy. Yeah, it was wild.
Crazy Hell in a Cell, the cage matches
Ooh,
that he was on. He's done some
It
crazy
was always
shit.
bleeding. It was always
Yeah,
bleeding.
he was always fucked up, yo.
Yeah,
now looking back, I don't know if it was real or fake though. You know what I'm saying? Now that we know that a lot of the shit wasn't real, it's like
he's like acting.
It was different back in the
he's not
day,
for
though.
real. Yeah.
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 Because a lot of accidents happen like nowadays, and it's like
Facts.
ridiculously choreographed. So
Facts.
I can't even imagine
Thank you for sharing.
how raw
boy.
shit was back then.
Appreciate you, homie. And then we have the homie Be Nice in the building.
Nice
boy
was
with that
good.
super chat, man. Appreciate you, homie. Thank
Yay!
you so much for being here. It says
Thank you.
Xbox
Thanks
is
for
the
rocking
games
out.
you play. The box that you got, it's the gamer. To the ponies, it's the boogeyman, the chief, the stalker, the slayer. Damn. Those are
that was
the
good.
facts right now. It's the reality. The reality is that they are, sadly for them, kind of being left out of the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And when they are brought into the conversation, it's always with like a negative connotation. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah,
8 years old, 8-year-olds aren't dreaming of a PlayStation 6.
I love that we're getting to the point where like Netflix is comfortable taking jabs at PlayStation. Like we've known that it's that bad, but now it's like Netflix is like, yeah, let's just punch, start swinging.
I
you
feel like
know?
Hardy hit the nail in the head when he said the narratives were gonna be they were gonna switch. Nvidia was gonna start like realizing how dead Sony PlayStation is. And look, it's just like it's inevitable. It's inevitable. They are gonna notice because they can see the good that Xbox is doing, not only to themselves, but to the whole gaming as a whole. Xbox, what they're doing, they're breaking so much barriers by putting the games on Sony PlayStation and being the first ones who take the step to do so. While Sony PlayStation fanboys and crazy dudes like Freeforge and etc., they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is an L for Xbox putting the games on PlayStation." But the reality is, they banking, they rolling in cash.
How can it be an L? These developers are lining up. Can we check out those numbers today? Where are those pre-orders? Like they're lining up and ready to go and get these games. It's wild.
Who would have thought that by putting the games in other platforms, you were gonna become more relevant? They should have done this years ago.
But that's not guaranteed though by putting good games on other platforms, because we know what happened with Lego Ho.
That's actually a big part of the conversation that we're gonna have next.
Lego.
There is a difference. We've seen it, and there's a difference. So we're gonna talk about it. But as far as just kind of wrapping up this topic here, I think at the end of the day, I think any level-headed person, any person who's kind of, left behind this idea that in order for you to enjoy gaming, you have to enjoy it only on your console, and those games can only be played on your console. If anybody else is enjoying that game and they're not playing on the console, then it's a problem, right? No, everybody who's left that idea behind, right? Because we all can evolve as people and realize that things have changed, and things have honestly changed for the better, right? Like this is legit a great thing, because it is making it where these games do have more of a chance to bring in more money, right? To get a bigger audience, to build bigger communities,
to be
right?
seen. This
To
is
be
the thing.
seen.
The developers work really hard on these games, right? To limit how the exposure of these games is a big deal. It's a big deal.
Well, in this environment, right?
Agreed.
Back in the day, it was what it was, right? But
Yeah.
this environment, this hostile environment, I think if you polled developers right now, and I'm sure somebody has, you ask them how do they feel about the industry, do they feel super safe, like they feel like they need to go buy a house tomorrow, or do they say, holy shit, I can't believe I just bought a house not too long ago? Right? People are not feeling safe. They're not
they
secure.
shouldn't, though. They shouldn't. I agree.
But I bet you if you poll Xbox developers, I bet you they feel a little different. I bet you they feel a little safer, right? Because over there, they're now in a position where not only are they getting the support from Xbox, but Xbox is now saying, hey, if you want, put your games wherever the hell you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel like you want to do it, let's get it done, right? And that's a beautiful thing, man. It's the more people playing, the more our hobby stays the way we want it.
Yeah.
Right. You hear Netflix, right? Let's be clear. Netflix has, this is a double-edged message they have going on. They're talking about the gaming everywhere. They want platform agnostic. Yes, we're all for that. They're also saying no controller, no, high fidelity shit. And
that's
like,
the
okay,
first
well,
thing that
down.
came to mind. They're
We don't
dipping
want that.
out.
Yeah, see, they're saying I want to keep it simple.
Yep.
And I just want to milk people and have them play these simple games, right? Versus giving us experiences that we all love and see where the industry is going. And we have to have a safe place for that to happen. And Microsoft is leading that charge, as they do, right? They always lead the way, and that's what they're doing. They're leading the way.
And we'll see if it works, right? Because what I was trying to get at was that, yes, it's cool. We have that console like user base. And for all of you out there who are teaching your kids, that's great. But it hasn't grown, has it? It's stagnant where it is because it's us who played on those consoles and we're just teaching our kids. That's it. That's where it's stagnant. And unfortunately, as we found out, a very small percentage of players are playing these kinds of games, right? These single player games. And if we want to grow that, we need to have more accessibility for those people to not feel like it's a too big a deal to go there and not get pulled into those black hole games, right? We kind of have to introduce them to it in a way that isn't us.
To be fair, those people who are playing those black hole games are using the same controllers as the people who are playing the regular games. It's just the type of games that people are into. Well, on an Xbox or a PlayStation, right? When you think about
but that's
75 million consoles,
110 million console players. That's it, right? There's 3 billion players out there. That is a very small percent. That's where it's stagnant, and that's where it is, and that's why 4% get to play all these kind of games. If we want to make that 20%, there has to be a concerted effort, and hopefully this is what Microsoft is doing. Is saying, let's make it as universally accessible as possible on whatever controller type, whatever touch, whatever we can do to make it so that you feel comfortable to come over to this kind of game, right? And
but that's the thing. I think that's the big deal of putting the games. Like PlayStation has 70 million freaking boxes out there. Putting the games over there, that's what they're doing, going ahead and reaching a different audience, right? They're reaching different countries where they don't even know that an Xbox exists. And I'm assuming that would just be kind of like the way to tap into that and then evolve from there, right? And maybe expand how you go ahead, your presence in these other places.
The same thing with the Switch, right?
The same thing with the Switch.
Like if you think about if you want to credit the Switch or credit Nintendo for bringing in new gamers because they make it easy to learn these controls. Well,
up
guess
to
what?
A point. Up to a point.
Xbox games will be there, right, to help take them to that next level, right? And that's really where the benefit of being everywhere is going to be. Plus, like I said, Microsoft already has enabled a good amount. Like Avowed is completely touch enabled on xCloud, right? And it works. I've played it that way when I just have my phone, and it's not, you're not like Twitch shooting like a boss and shit, but you can, just like Demo said, right? Like you can get by, you can shoot from afar, you can swing your axe, you can kick ass, you can still do it. Just don't think you're gonna be a sweat, right? You're not going to be doing some crazy moves, but you'll be able to clear an area. You'll be able to move on, right? And that's the beauty of it, man. So
yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this goes. But yeah, at least
It
Microsoft's trying to push the industry, right? They're trying to put things in different ways and see if it makes, people come in, right? That's what you need to do, right? To attract more customers. So we'll see what happens. I hope it
Agreed.
works, right? Because it'd be nice for these kind of games to continue and have a bigger audience, right? Like movies are accessible anywhere. You can watch it anywhere, every country, everybody can watch. It's just a TV, right? Or go to a cinema. And like in this case, there's a huge barrier of entry because you either have to have a console or you have to have the mindset to even want to play these kind of games because they may be something you don't even think about, right? A lot of people don't even realize there's massive stories that are here and there's accessible ways for you to play these games, right? And I'm just hoping this kind of becomes more of an open art form that people go actually after, and instead of just taking gaming to be a socialization thing. A lot of kids just do it to be able to talk to their friends, which is cool. That's awesome, right? But it's also an art form that you can consume, and I hope they do get there. So we'll see what happens. I like that somebody's trying to push, right? Try to see how they can get more players in. Let's see if others can do that too. Nintendo to me is still old fashioned. I think they're the worst of this because they really don't push at all. They've kind of just kept their model. They just happen to have family friendly games, so a lot of people buy it for that. But again, it's still 150 million, which is a lot of consoles. 3 billion gamers. Just keep that in mind. 3 billion gamers, 150 million. Very, very small percent. That's where they are. It's just the way it is.
And I do think that obviously there are the ones that do stick around, right? So as much as kids may step in with the mentality of I'm just doing this to play with my friends, I mean, if at least half of those kids stay and continue to play different games
exactly.
and do different things, right? We're moving forward in
they
the
just need to
in
hook
the
them
industry.
somehow, right? And like if they can get the right hook, then maybe bring them in, and maybe they'll say, "Oh, I love this RPG. Let me try another one," right? And that just opens it up, right? Or I love this adventure game. Oh, let me try another one, right? I hope that happens. We want that hook, and hopefully Microsoft's finding a way to get that hook, right? So we'll see what happens, right? But good luck, right? Let's get more gamers.
Yes.
Agreed. Let me get my boy Do You K
Yo!
Now, the broke boy insider with that $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you, homie. Says Pony saying PlayStation is only putting 2 games on Nintendo. Xbox started with only 4 games on other platforms. That is how it begins. Well, first of all, the ponies who are saying that obviously took a stupid pill every morning when they wake up because we already know Lego Horizon launched day and date
I
on
know.
Nintendo Switch.
Yo,
So
they on the
that
happy
is
few
already there.
pill.
And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I know, right? We happy few. That's wild. And if I'm not mistaken, Freedom Wars is that not also on the Switch?
Yeah, I thought there were like 3.
Yeah, Freedom Wars
Yes.
is also a game that PlayStation owned, and they did the same thing already. It just flew under the radar because nobody was looking at it back then. But so they already have 4 games, to be clear. 4 games on the Switch, and they're all day one.
Yeah.
Freedom Wars, when they released, day one. These 2 new ones that they came out with, day one. And Lego the Hoe, day one.
Yep.
Right?
And I
So-
mean, listen, I think that you see these gallopers out there starving, and now they're kind of calming down, right? Because the games are coming, right? They're pre-ordering, they're getting excited, they're buying a new outfit for it. Maybe they'll shower the day of, but like they're getting ready for these games, right? So this is the way to hook them. PlayStation has nothing on the table for them. They love these experiences, and the ones providing it are from Xbox, right? So that's a big deal. We'll see how this plays out.
Agreed. All right. With that being said,
Shout out to my girl Becca in the chat. Thank you,
Becca
love.
was good, homie. Thank you for being here. All right. Let me check my chat there.
Get it.
Okay. So, next one, it's an update, and we want to get feels on what everybody thinks about it. That's right. Xbox games are dominating the PlayStation Store. We do have an update on it, but we also have some other updates on other games that came from Xbox. And I do kind of want to have a discussion about it because we kind of talked about it a little bit, but I think now we have some real numbers. And I think that, we can kind of get a better idea. So if we come over here, this is PlayStation Store right now. This is on the browser. So this is them. And if you come look, pre-orders are live. What are the first 4 games? Now, this is an update. When we talked about this on Tuesday, Indiana Jones, yes, was number 1 and number 2, but Death Stranding 2 was number 3.
Yes.
And Horizon, the premium edition, was number 4. But Death Stranding 2 has since fallen out of the top 5.
Exactly. What a
6.
fall!
And fucking
what a fall! It said
the racing F1 racing knocked that bitch down and fucking slapped it up, which is great. But the point is that enough time has gone by, right? Indiana Jones still number 1, still premium edition, right? Indiana Jones still number 2 for the regular.
Man.
Forza premium edition has boosted up to number 3, and then the regular Forza is number 4, right? Top.
Which, by the way, Forza was up there and got knocked down by Indiana Jones, right?
Exactly. It was number 1. Indiana Jones came, took that spot.
Yep.
And now we're in the same. Now we have Indiana Jones 1 and 2, Forza 3 and 4.
Damn.
Which is phenomenal, right?
Damn.
So
are these? Wait, hold up. Are these PlayStation games?
No, they're Xbox games. This is the thing. That means that as time goes on, you're going to see that there was a sudden burst of people who were pumped for Death Stranding.
Yes.
Right? But that's what brought it up, right? But then it's going away, right? It's falling back further and further. Fucking F1 racing took its spot. Forza, though, has been for a while on the charts.
Still standing, baby.
Here, and it's good. And think about that, because this is like commutative, right? Like how many people have pre-ordered this game. That's what's hot about it, right? So Forza Horizon 5, as hot as it was, Indiana Jones is fucking here, and it took that spot.
Yep. So
you have 4 games that are here, and they're killing it, right? This is like amazing news, right? This is beautiful. And I do want to get your guys' thoughts on Indiana Jones coming in and also taking that spot. But there is another wrinkle, because we did get some other information, and this is where we were having a conversation. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, but about this idea that maybe when you look at the games that Xbox has put there, it's like the big games have done big numbers.
Yes.
Right? The big games have impressed, right? Are doing crazy shit, right? Because to be clear, it's much further from release. Where is it? Hold on. Here we go. It's further from release.
Yes.
Right? But
Forza
Doom, the Dark Ages
is
here. And it is the $99 edition.
And that some of them are waiting because they've already spent their change for the month.
Exactly. That's just the reality. Right? So Doom is there. We can anticipate maybe getting a little more pumped as it gets closer. But so these are the big games that are coming, right? But Xbox has had smaller games that they put out on the store, right? Now, if we go here, hold on. If I go, here you go. Okay, so if we go here, we actually have some information on some other games.
Oh, that's awesome.
That were released, right? And Ecstasies puts a write-up together and we translate it in English. But just looking at the graph before we go into anything, it says right here, more niche games aren't selling as well. And it says, but are worth experimenting with nonetheless. Copy sold Steam and PlayStation, Pentiment, Age of Mythology Retold, and Hi-Fi Rush, right? So You see the colors that, I don't know, aqua, green, bluish, grayish, whatever the hell it is Steam. The darker blue is PlayStation. You look at Hi-Fi Rush on Steam, it did almost 700,000. On PlayStation, did just under 140,000 sold. Age of Mythology, right? Steam, 435,000 sold. PlayStation, 41,000 sold. Pentiment, 261,000 sold on Steam, 14,000 sold on PlayStation, right? So, again, when you think about them going ahead and putting games on PlayStation, we were talking about, like the Hellblades of the world, right? And Starfield, right?
Yep.
People have this whole big deal. Oh yeah, these games are coming, and we're not doubting that they're coming, but the reason they're not there yet, right, is because Hellblade 2, as much as it's a phenomenal game, right? Understand, Pentiment, phenomenal game, right? The people who dig that style of game, it got tens, right? Like this was not some little shit game. This is a phenomenal game that's, to some people, was their game of the year when it dropped, right? Age of Mythology Retold. We reviewed that game.
Oh my gosh,
we
it's so good.
We loved it. Fantastic game, right? Just not huge, right? Hi-Fi Rush was mixed, right? Some people loved it, some people didn't. We thought it was okay, right? But again, not this huge, oh my God, this big name. And look, you put it there and it doesn't do much of shit, right? It doesn't do much of anything. You kind of take the flip side of that. Look at Indiana Jones, look at Forza, and they're topping the charts, right?
Yep.
Similar to what Sea of Thieves did,
exactly,
right? When that one was coming. But we're not done, because we do have, a few more. And we do have the ones that we were just talking about right here. So let me go here. And actually, you know what, real quick, before I swap, let's read what he put here, right? So PlayStation sales. Analysts have revealed that although Xbox exclusives haven't performed spectacularly on PlayStation, the strategy is still worthwhile. Microsoft has ported several of its games to the rival console, and while sales aren't massive, they appear to be enough to justify the investment and facilitate the transition to a more open ecosystem. Hi-Fi Rush, the acclaimed rhythm action game, has sold 137,000 copies on PlayStation since arrival in March 2024. Obsidian's narrative opus Pentiment has sold 14,000 units on PlayStation, a modest but predictable number for a genre. Age of Mythology Retold, a remake of a classic RTS, has sold 41,000 copies on PlayStation after its launch last month. While sales aren't extraordinary, these titles have generated additional revenue without representing a significant cost to Xbox, especially considering that most of the work was already done. They also serve as a first step in accustoming the PlayStation audience to Microsoft games. The success of Hi-Fi Rush compared to other titles demonstrates that some genres perform better on PlayStation than others. Xbox is experimenting, and while the numbers aren't huge, it seems the movement is still profitable. Like, sure,
yeah, and I think that's a big deal, though, right? Sales are sales, and when you are talking about a game that you've kind of already maxed out on your platform, or like you said, CMoney is more of a niche experience, you're going to go ahead and these are just add-ons, right? You're like, okay, well, we got more for it, right? And listen, a game like Pentiment that these developers were kind of parading around and so excited about the fact that it ran better on their platform, and for them to kind of like go ahead and I mean, they showed up. They didn't show up in the way that obviously they showed up for Forza or they showed up for Indiana Jones, but that's the big deal. They couldn't resist but to go ahead and jump in with those other games, right? Or Sea of Thieves. So, but again, for these games like Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment, even Age of Mythology, those are nice numbers. They're add-ons.
I mean, they're add-ons for Xbox, right? Which is cool, right? Some more money, great. But the conversation we were having is like, this is why you don't see, like, they did this test, right? And now this was the second phase, putting bigger games there, right? And now the bigger games are doing it, right? The bigger games are doing big numbers, whereas these smaller games didn't, right? So when you look at it, it's kind of like, well, is it worth doing this right away? And now, obviously, Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment, these are older games. They didn't really garner anything, but there are like bigger games that are like a Hellblade 2 that have a amazing presence, but they're niche games, right? And it's like, do you put that over there quickly and see the same thing happen, right? Versus
I get what
the bigger
yeah.
games that are
We did have
crushing it,
this
right? We had
conversation.
that conversation,
Yes.
because I think it's a valid one. But if you look over
Agreed.
here, you have Sea of Thieves and Grounded, right? And obviously these were the bigger winners, right? So on Steam, Sea of Thieves sold 13.3 million copies. On PlayStation, it sold 1.8 million copies.
More than Astrobot.
Clear, it sold more than Astrobot when it dropped, just so
Damn.
we're aware.
Just to put that out there.
That Sea of Thieves beat
Their game of the
Astrobot.
year.
Their game of the year, the 94.
Game of the year.
So the mid game that they all mocked and made fun of for years. They all made fun of that game and looked 1.8 million.
And that
That's
came
crazy.
out the same year, didn't it?
Yeah, it was right around the same time
Wow.
too. So yeah. So Sea of Thieves, this is what happened. Okay, 1.8 mil. That's significant, right?
Agreed.
Because it didn't take that much to port that over. Now you're talking they paid full price for this game, maybe $60, $70, maybe 50. Even if you do 50, right? That's almost $100 million that you made from porting this game, right? Plus microtransactions, whatever people are buying.
I
on
don't
that store.
know if it's that easy to port, right? Because this is a multiplayer game, so you do have to work through the construct that PlayStation has for multiplayer, right?
Yeah, I don't think when I say easy, I don't think it was super easy. I'm saying that it didn't cost them $100 million, right? It didn't cost
for
them
what
$50 million.
came in. And like a game,
Yeah.
I think Hi-Fi Rush already had a port didn't it, for PlayStation? Like,
Well, Hi-Fi,
meaning-
like those other games,
Yes.
they were already being made, so yes. But like Sea of Thieves didn't have one.
Exactly.
Right? Sea of Thieves was
Yeah,
always
right.
an Xbox
meaning
game, so,
for what came in,
yeah.
it was worth the.
So
So that
1.8
port
mil,
cost
that's a
could
huge
be
game.
like between $500,000 to $1 million, right? So it could have been
which is
a little bit, but they sold
but if you're
1.8
making
million
100
copies.
million,
So
yeah,
so
that's like
it
nothing.
should have been.
That's cake. And then even on Grounded, right? You got 4.1 million copies.
That was a
sold on Steam.
$60, right? I think $60. I think that's
so.
how much it.
And this
they
is
might be some
400
things.
436,000 copies, right?
Yep.
That's not bad for a game that again made by 12 people. You know what I'm saying? that
Exactly.
that wasn't crazy to do. So they put that over there, and look, you got a decent number out of that. But Grounded was a name that already had some weight to it, right? Like it already found success on Xbox and PC, right? Was it like 12 million or 20 million players on Grounded?
I think it's over 20. I'm pretty sure it's over 20.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
like
like
over 20
24
million
or
players.
something like
so
that.
between Xbox and PC, they already fucking are killing it, right? So you do have that kind of bleed over to like the PlayStation area where it's like, okay, wow, there's a lot of success there. We're bound to get some success here, and that played out on Grounded and Sea of Thieves. The other games didn't have that success, right? Those other games did not have. Excuse me. Hi-Fi Rush had 3 million players on between Xbox and PC, right? So that wasn't a huge number that you were going to go over and just transfer and like, oh wow, look at us, crushing it. No, it didn't happen. Same thing with Pentiment, same thing with these other ones. So when you look at it, that's where I start to think there's a reason why we didn't see Starfield yet, right? I don't think you released Starfield on PlayStation. Understand, we already know the numbers. Only 4% are hardcore.
Yeah.
96% are not, which means when Matt Piscatella did the numbers, 96% of the people who play consoles are only buying between 1 and 2 games a year, right? And when you have those odds, those people are most likely going to buy something that they recognize or know something about, right? That's just the reality of what it is.
Yep.
Forza has been huge forever. Everybody knows about Forza. Even on PlayStation, just sucks that they were stuck with Gran Turismo, right? But it came out and boom, look at it blowing up. Indiana Jones, everybody knows Indiana Jones. It's a great game. They go, they see it's on the PlayStation Store, they look up reviews, they see it got good reviews. Boom, I'm in, right? But Starfield, that's only big to hardcore gamers, right? Like, let's be clear. The only people who were pumped for Starfield are people who know who Bethesda is and care about who Bethesda is, right? Outside of that, Starfield's not a casual person. Like, a casual is not gonna be like, ooh, Starfield sounds intriguing. Let me go scoop that up. No. You got that's not gonna happen. So there has to be something big tied to it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, if you look at the last expansion, the rumors were Starfield was supposed to come last year, right? But the expansion did not do well. Even though we thought it was great, we loved it, loved our time with it. The expansion didn't do well, critically, right? Just has like a really shit Metacritic. And you're not going to be like, okay, guys, guess what? Boom, we're here with Starfield.
Yeah.
Go Google the last review we got. Oh, it's a 6, but you should be excited. Like, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
Casuals are not going to see it that way, right? So, like, yeah, now there's rumors again, right? There's rumors again that it's going to be coming soon. Yeah, sure, because there's supposed to be an expansion. The question is that expansion going to hit? Is that expansion going to be amazing? I would imagine it is, but obviously we thought the last one was amazing, and that didn't help it in the Metacritic, right? So I think that they're tuning these things, these drops, based off of hype and what they can build on it. And I don't think the first 4 games, again, Sea of Thieves and Grounded, I think they did deliver. I think that's why they went forward with it, right? I think that's why they looked at it and said, okay, at the end of the day, something with a little clout does well. What happens when we take the other things, and these are old, what happens when we take some of these other games that have clout and put it in much closer to release, right? And again, we're seeing it play out. Seeing it play out. So ultimately, I'm in the camp that what they're doing right now is amazing. Bringing these big games day and day over there. Again, taking over the PlayStation Store, putting it in a position where, look, again, be clear. We just talked about the 1 game or 2 games a year that most of the casuals are buying.
And some of them already made their decision.
It's already here.
Yep.
A lot of them are already here. Now, the question is, how is PlayStation going to handle it when they look at their games coming out? Or, I'm sorry, I said games with an S. I added plural. Wow. My bad. When their game,
no S necessary,
that they're planning to release for the year comes out, and everybody's like, well, we already bought Indie, or we already bought Forza, or we already bought Doom. We're not buying Ghost of Yotei right now. We're gonna have to hold on.
I think the funny thing is going to be when that number kind of elevates, right? And you see them buying these games and then they still show up for Call of Duty, right? I think that's going to be the trickery thing, because they will buy games that they are interested in. I do think that that percentage can be pushed, right? And and you can see people, just like we didn't think that they would be willing to freaking buy games, and look at them showing up for the premium version of these games. They're not just taking the tip, right? They're saying this is the one that we want, and then secondary comes the regular version of these games. So this is a big deal. PlayStation will give up their freaking pisser just to have a lineup like this on the Xbox store, right? To have people show up for their games like this. Even on their own platform. I think we're down to that point. But I do think I agree with you. I think that they went ahead, they have enough games to kind of go ahead and test out what their players are going to gravitate towards, what they're going to respond to. Again, they love like big IPs and things in known names. We've talked about this with Hargi. None of it is really PlayStation's, right? Spider-Man, it has a fan base before they freaking snatched up the rights to the game, and it's like it's a big deal because it's a freaking Spider-Man, right? God of War, same thing. Like this is not something that they've made big. So for them to see a game that it's such a big deal like Forza Horizon or, you know, Indiana Jones, like such a known character. Yes, this is the first game that Xbox have made, but to them, like, let's not forget they were out there talking crap, how, oh, we have Uncharted, but obviously they were missing something like this, right? Because they are showing up for it. And again, you're either an indie fan and you can't wait to go ahead and try it out, or just that experience of that type of game that they're again not getting from PlayStation. I do think that with the bigger games like Doom, wait till that really gets closer, how much that's gonna pop. I think that they're doing it right. You need the hype, you need the momentum. You want to go ahead and let Starfield build up and let that thirst really kick in, because they bring it up every like so often, every couple of months. Starfield's coming. Oh, nah, it's not. Damn it. So then they come back again. They don't give up. So I think once it's built up enough, you have to give it some time and just wait for them to really be thirsty for it. Maybe a
Agreed.
couple more years.
I mean, I think honestly, I think it's based off the expansions.
Mhm.
If they hit an expansion that is universally loved, that's when they'll be like, okay, it's time.
Yeah.
Or if they know, if they have a feeling like they cooked, you know what I'm saying? They're
Yeah.
like, oh, this is going to be the one, then they'll announce it. Because I think that that's just, they're going to put something exciting. They can't they can't say, hey, Starfield's coming to PlayStation with the last thing being the last expansion they did that a lot of people didn't care for. Not us. We loved it. But, you know, that's the thing. They're going to want something big. That being said, let's get our boy Do UK now. The broke boy aside with that $2 super chat says, sent the pics again with labels, CMoney. Thank you, boy. All right, we'll definitely get to it a little later for sure. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
All right, so Hargi, okay, you see the situation. We talked about this when it was Forza there in the front, right? Now, game number 2 got a release date, and it's like, boom, here we go. Indiana Jones, the $99 version, not the regular one, the $99 version, number 1. All right. I mean, what do you think this means for Xbox and their plan and what they're doing? What do you think about kind of like what we talked about with this idea that obviously the smaller games haven't done much, right? And the idea of holding off on releasing some of the ones that haven't gone by. I mean, if you think about another thing real quick, I know I'm tossing things out there, but Phil, he had mentioned when Destin asked if everything was going to PlayStation, right? And he said no, right? There's games that came out already that they're not bringing. And then he kind of said it in a real quick fashion, but he said, and you know, some of the games we'll see, like, you know how he does that thing, we'll see how they do, right? So I also feel like maybe he's judging it not based off of, oh, if that game does bad, maybe we'll put it on PlayStation to boost the sales. Maybe it's more like if that game does well, then we'll put it over there because that means it's going to be a bigger push versus, you know, kind of wasting the energy and putting something over there that's not crazy.
Because it's not from desperation, right? They're doing their own thing. They invested knowing that this money was going out, right? And they needed that support, right? So everyone's so in on the plan that they have. These moves cannot be out of like, oh man, we need their support, right? And that's not how they are. So I think this is I think that they're learning the audience. That's the way I'm seeing it. They're learning the audience. And yes, they are going to get fed by somebody. And if we have the games, it may as well be from us, right?
Absolutely.
You can throw a carrot here and there, or an apple, and feed these scavengers every once in a while.
So go ahead, Hargy.
Yeah, I mean,
hashtag save a pony.
You know, that's pretty much it, right? They're gonna try to figure out, and they're gonna do this to Switch, obviously, right? That's gonna happen too. And once that happens, they'll figure out the audience there and see what resonates with that audience. And they'll keep experimenting, but that is kind of the point, right? It's just to see where it makes sense. You know, it may not make sense to put a game like Pentiment out there. I don't know how much they really made out of that, maybe $100,000 or something like that. But Is it worth it? I don't know, because you also have to market it, and it may not be worth the headache, right? And so maybe they got out neutral on that one, or maybe they even spent money on it. These games, like the one I'm expecting, these will sell in the millions range, hopefully. Being at the number one here, we know that doesn't mean shit, because we've seen what number one means.
It means at least like
it doesn't mean shit.
a mil and change. That's
right.
It. This doesn't equal 10 million sales, right?
It could. It may mean nothing. It may mean it's 200,000. We don't know, right, until the numbers come out, right? So, but let's hope it's millions. So we'll see what kind of returns they get on this. I would expect similar for some of these games and some other ones on Switch. So we'll see what we get there. I think the audience is somewhat disjoint. So it's it's kind of cool that they can put targets on, hey, we're going to put this over here and that over there, and see if we can get some leverage on our IP. That's awesome, right? But that is what's going to happen. I think Doodle, you hit it, right? Basically, they're testing the audience to see what makes sense to put here. There also might be like hey, they're putting their games here, let's buy their games, right? They're like sort of thirsty for the kind of content that Xbox has. Well, and frankly, that PlayStation isn't giving them anymore. These are the kind of games they used to get, right? They would get an Uncharted. When's the last time we got one of those? Like a decade ago? Like it's it is what it is, right? And you kind of have to just deal with that reality. And Xbox is the one who's putting out showcases of games. And when's the last time we had a showcase from PlayStation? 2 years?
Well, Harky, hold on. Xbox is dead.
Right.
Xbox is dead, though.
Yeah. Bring out the candles.
All the dead Xbox games for sure, completely. Right. That's the way it works.
Listen.
So what's interesting here is how PlayStation reacts, right? Because I also want to see the numbers as far as player counts, right? So what are the top games being played on PlayStation? If after these come out, the majority of the games in the top 15 are Xbox games, because look, COD's still there, Minecraft's still there, right? Overwatch still there. They have a bunch of games that are going to still be in that top area. What are they going to do when it's all Xbox games and not theirs? Part of that is fairness in the fact that they don't even have games coming out. They need to put games up. But once their game comes out, like you said, Ghost of Yotai, Xbox already has a lineup for the fall. No matter what COD's coming, it's coming. And then on top of that, you have Ninja Gaiden 4, Outer Worlds 2.
Max.
God only knows what else, right? Those games are coming to this platform as well. Are they going to just overshadow Ghost of Yotai? I think they might. And if that keeps happening, what does PlayStation do? How do they recoup their money? We'll see. I mean, hopefully the PlayStation guys will buy it, but then again, they didn't buy the Game of the Year, Astro. They didn't buy it. Well, I don't know what happens here. This is a totally new world, right? This is just not normal, right? These games are behemoths, 40 million Forza, something like that, right? Once they start putting these out there, what do you do?
44 million players before it goes anywhere
before
else?
It hit them, right?
Yep.
So look, I don't know what happens. This is going to be a very interesting time. I'm interested to see what happens next year when we get the results of the final quarter of this year. What will happen? GTA is coming. That's going to overshadow everything, right? If it comes out this year. And then you have on top of that all these games coming from Xbox on that platform. And they have one game, maybe Death Stranding. Maybe. I don't know when that's. Do we have a release date for that yet?
No, that's a release. Isn't that in June?
Is that what? Yeah. So that's already got a release date in summer, right? Is that right? So that's.
I think it does have a release date. I just don't know.
So
I don't remember.
I think it does. Right. So that's it.
June 26th.
That's what they have.
June 26th.
Yep. So June. Okay. So that's all they got. Ghost of Yotai, right? That's their game. Okay. So you're going to compete with all of those on their platform. They're going to have all this, not to mention all the other games that come out in the fall. I don't know what happens here. We'll see. It's an interesting time. They're basically taking over their platform, and eventually the energy for players on PlayStation, you have to ask yourself, am I best served staying on this platform where I get maybe a game a year, but I end up playing all these Xbox games that, oh, gee, I could buy their platform on anything I like, because it could be a Lenovo Legion, it could be a Asus ROG, it could be a Xbox console, it could be a PC. They don't care. And then I get Game Pass and I get all their games.
I mean, and that's the thing. Like, what do you, the fact that they haven't realized that they've been abandoned by PlayStation, it's wild. But that's just what's happened, though, right? They've kind of, they're doing their own thing. And, you know, when they show up with a game, they make sure they put the game on Nintendo.
I think the thing to keep in mind is, like, as much as that's going to be a decision that some of these, you know, PlayStation owners or Nintendo owners might ultimately come to, you know, switching to Xbox or switching to PC and getting Game Pass or switching to the cloud exclusively or this Fire Stick or just their TV, right? Any of those scenarios, sure, that is a possibility. But I gotta be honest with you, I think it's pretty clear that the way that Phil and the gang are looking at this, and as much as it's might not be as sexy as you know we might want it to be, I think at the end of the day they're just looking at how many people they have on Xbox and PC that are playing on Game Pass, and they're saying, you know what, it'll be a great idea to have some more people who are paying the full boat, who are not getting the game on Game Pass, who are not taking advantage of the subscription and are paying $70 when this game drops, so they can make
or
$100 or $100.
That's the thing. So it's almost like before
they're subsidizing Game Pass for themselves at the cost of the ponies and the Nintendo people, versus, you know, punishing the Xbox fan base and the PC Game Pass subscribers and saying, nah, this is not sustainable or whatever the fuck. They're saying, no, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep investing in you guys. But as more and more of you choose to subscribe and not pay for each game that we drop, we're going to have these ponies over here go ahead and buy these games at full dollar.
Yeah.
They are payers.
If you want to, fair enough. And by the way, if you want to, just because you want to buy the game on any platform, Xbox as well, absolutely buy it. Why not, right? You might be an enthusiast.
Thanks.
If they had a good collector's edition freaking thing, I would have bought it. But they didn't, and it was a stupid globe. If they had something better, you know,
literally could have just been a hat,
right?
Yeah, exactly. It could have been something more useful, but no. You know, with the Starfield, I bought the collectors. I'm like, oh, that looks cool. I'm going to buy it. Doesn't matter if you use it or not, but you know. But so look, the pattern going forward, we'll see if this is sustainable for PlayStation. It's certainly sustainable for Xbox. But look, there's so many benefits of moving over, especially if they next gen get rid of the paywall, right? Because if you're going to be PC hybrid, the paywall's got to go away, right? So now you're minimally at $80 a year on PlayStation. Thankfully, it's a lot cheaper. It's like $20 a year or something like that for the paywall to play online and to get cloud saves and all that fun stuff that you have to do on those two platforms. Whereas, when's the last time you thought about Steam saves? Like, you don't even think about it. It just automatically puts it in the cloud for you. When's the last time you worried about your Xbox saves? You just don't. It's just automatic. You log in, you play your game, the saves are automatically in the cloud. Heck, your entire profile is automatically in the cloud. You log in and your background shows up and all your shit's just like right there, right? So cool, right? You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff anymore, right? But not the case on those platforms. The thing is, like a lot of people on that side just have this hatred towards Xbox. If they try it, just like is it Eli, right? The Suburbian,
Suburbian,
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who he finally gave it a shot, and he's like, oh shit, this is actually a lot better. Once you try it, you understand like the feature set, the ecosystem is just so cool, right? It's just well done, right? And you never think about all those other things that you have to think about on PlayStation because it's just so antiquated. They just haven't updated all that. Maybe they do with the next gen. I don't know, but right now it still
just
feels
shows how
kind of
stupid
crappy.
these ponies are that they talk out of their ass the
Yeah,
whole
it's
time, looking stupid nonstop, and then they go and touch an Xbox controller like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. It's like,
We've been telling you.
maybe you should have talked shit about it before.
Exactly, right?
Like,
Yeah.
like
And it's
these
like, oh,
ponies
they
that
have
come
no
in here.
games, and then they try Halo, and
Look-
like, oh my god, that was
Look,
awesome.
perfect example. We got,
You know,
we
it's like,
got, we got dumb bitch number one here, right?
My
Who,
boy.
I mean, look at the intelligence level, right? Come to the Xbox show, give the Xbox people your money
Mhm.
to say some stupid shit. So and I'm gonna read it. Effective 458. Thank you so much for that $2
Yo.
super chat, man. I appreciate you, man. Says Xbox is dead. Game Pass, third-party publisher. First of all, I don't even know. Is this a sentence? Or
I
is
think
this
it's
just random?
I think it's trolling.
Xbox
He comes
is
to my
dead.
show
Game
all the
Pass,
time.
third-party
yeah, he's
publisher.
just trolling, I think, right?
It comes to my show all the time, and it's the same thing. So me on Hargy, right? We title here telling you like the ponies are sort of like dumb. So they don't understand the value of Game Pass. So this is exactly right here, the value of Game Pass. Look, Indiana Jones, $99. That's literally Game Pass. A whole year of Game Pass in CD keys, in Best Buy, you go and you can get a Game Pass subscription card for way less than this shit for the whole year. And look, what Xbox is showing these ponies is the value of Game Pass. They don't want to know, they don't want to learn. Well, they're learning the hard way. Like sooner or later, they're gonna come to the realization that they are in the wrong ecosystem because these people actually engaging and pre-ordering these games. I could tell you these motherfuckers play. These motherfuckers play. Because there's no way in hell, me as a hardcore gamer, that I spent $100 on a premium edition. I only do that for certain games. I did it for Mortal Kombat because it's one of the games that I need every freaking character. I need every single thing, because I'm hardcore when it comes to that. I do it with very, very rarely I do this. But these people are showing a lot of excitement for these Xbox games. And they are going to realize when Xbox start dropping game after game, which they already are doing, that what the fuck are we doing here? There's no other way of saying this, bro. You guys are playing the dumb game. You can really, right? It's like you so stubborn. And look, Xbox understand this. They know you love that controller so much. You love your PlayStation so much that we are going to deliver these games to you. Now, you want to play on a premium console, like you call it? Well, you got to pay a premium price. While all the people that are, that have at least, half a pound brain, they can go over here and be like, ooh, $700 for a PlayStation 5 Pro. Doesn't even bring a disc tray, can't even stand on its own. So it's actually disabled. It's a disabled console. Can't even stand on its own. No disrespect to the disabled people. I think they actually have more functionality than a PlayStation 5 Pro.
So you're saying if you have a PlayStation 5 Pro, you could park in the handicap spot?
You literally, you'll show it up. You'll be like, I own one of this.
Instead of a sticker, you just put your PlayStation 5 on the dashboard and people understand. Is that what you're saying?
You just have to bring your controller.
Yeah, just bring your controller, blow on it. Be like, I do this in my free time. I blow on it. Bro, it's a happy birthday to you. Bro,
oh my God.
Honestly, it's just like it goes to shows, bro. You guys are dumb, bro. And look, no disrespect. I know a lot of people, they really love their PlayStation, and that's fine. Play whatever the hell you want. Don't listen to people telling you throw away your PlayStation. Don't do it, bro. Don't be silly. If
what
you
do you
love
mean?
it,
it's an Xbox. It is. Why would you do that?
Yeah. But what I'm saying is like some people be like, they radical. They be like, you're telling me to throw away your PlayStation. No. I'm not telling you to throw away your PlayStation. If you already have it and you enjoying the PlayStation 5 Pro and you enjoy the games and the content that is exclusive and you like to be ripped off, by any means, continue to play on the PlayStation. Smarter gamers are going to start moving up to other things. If you really like performance, I really think PC is the way to go. There's really no other way. You can really look at Xbox and all of that, but we already know, bro, PC is king when it comes to like freaking performance. It is what it is. There's no other, we're not out here to make Xbox be like the best thing ever, because it really isn't, right? So open up your minds, interact with different ecosystems. Look at Steam. They have crazy sales. They got crazy games that you can try out. They're on early access. They're not available on console yet. And look, there's so many other things like Epic Games. I utilize Epic Games all the freaking times. I log in every week to claim those freaking free games because I'm not dumb.
Damn, I haven't done it in a long time, man.
Well, this weekend they have
I
Cat
used to
Quest.
do it. I forgot.
They have Cat Quest, and they have another platform game. So all the Astropod lovers, you are gonna love this one too, because it's a little kitty type platforming game, whatever. But back to the topic, right? This what Xbox is doing, and CMoney says something that it makes a lot of sense. They're utilizing IP that has weight. And the thing with Starfield, believe it or not, is a new IP, bro. And people really underestimate Starfield as a new IP. Look at all of the success that it had. And also, it's like Bethesda trying out something new, right? That they haven't done in space, bigger scale. All of this is gonna get better over time. Like, have you logged in lately on Starfield? Try it out. It's way better than when it launched. Way freaking better, like 100 times better. The games is smoother, and it has a lot more quality of life improvements. The DLC is dope. I had to finish it. I'm right at the beginning in there, but they literally give you what you wanted, right? And IGN and all these critics are still shit on it. They wanted something handcrafted. They gave you a whole freaking planet that's handcrafted with, new NPCs and new people to talk to, new quests and a new story, and you still shit on it. Like, I don't really look. At the end of the day, Xbox is not doing this for the critics. They're doing it for us, the gamers, people who can actually sit down, play with a controller, and appreciate what they've done, right? And it shows, because my timeline on Twitter is full of Starfield shit. They got so many mods. Now they have like little Chevrolet Impalas in there, roaming in the moon.
Oh,
I seen some shit. Like, it's
That's
crazy. So instead of criticizing so much, why don't you just go ahead and give it a shot? Look, Indiana Jones is an amazing game. Forza Horizon is an amazing game. The quality of games on Xbox have really improved after Redfall, bro. I think that was the wake-up call. After Redfall, they haven't missed, bro. And that's the truth. Say what you want, they haven't missed. And look at this month. What we have. We got South of Midnight and Towerborn in the same month. We haven't even installed them, and Doom is already knocking. Like, we hear Thanos Slay, it's just crazy. And not only that, Xbox show, Oblivion remake rumors, E-Day dropping this year, possibly. Like, the list goes on and on. Like Harky said, Call of Duty is dropping every year. Y'all really underestimating Call of Duty. Call of Duty is gonna sell more than Ghost of Yotei and more than any other PlayStation IP combined. I promise you, all the PlayStation games combined that they dropping this year, they're not gonna be able to kiss a Call of Duty feet, because it's a behemoth. They bringing back the island, Burdens. I can't even pronounce the name. It's a Russian thing. Whatever. They bringing it back. Hype. People are already talking about it online. They hype for it. And say what you want about the state of the game. Say what you want about the cheaters. People are still playing. The game has been out for longer, like about 6 months, I think. Yeah, about 6 months, and people still playing. It's still number one. Still number one on PlayStation. Every week, every month after month, Call of Duty topping the charts. So what the fuck are we talking about? Xbox is killing it, bro. And sooner or later, y'all gonna realize, and I was saying it on my video, like what Xbox has right now is a pizza business in which you can sit down there in the place, order, take out, and you can also order and deliver. You can call them and be like, bro, not only that, you can order online, you can order through the app, you can get that pizza any way you want. What Sony PlayStation has right now is like, yeah, you need to get off your ass and drive to the pizza spot. Like, let me guess how many people out here love to drive, when they tired from work and all of that, to go get their pizza when there's Uber Eats, when there's like, like Instacart. Like, people don't even get out to get the groceries, bro. Like, the accessibility is becoming so important. And accessibility in gaming, it doesn't mean like, I can play here, I can play there. It's just like ease of access in general. Like, to be able to log in and boom, your profile downloading homeboy computer or homeboy Xbox, and right there, you right in. Like that's it. So this is just to show the value of Game Pass by putting their games on PlayStation. Also, is cannibalizing the sales of Sony PlayStation games. Look at this shit right here, right now. Top 10 on the PlayStation Store. Bro, this is insane. Sony PlayStation got to be mad because, I got games coming, and then people really want to play Xbox games. They don't want to play PlayStation games. So take a second and think about how Sony PlayStation executives and people are like, what they thinking right now. They're like, oh shit, we done fucked up because we got nothing. Xbox is pumping out content, and they putting their games on top of our games. It's like in music, like when somebody drop a diss track, guess what the opponent is going to do? He's going to drop another diss track on top of that one to see which one is going to get more streams. And so on and so forth. The back and forth, it's just the battle that you don't see because all you can see is console sales. At the end of the day, those console sales are not benefiting us, the gamers, in any way, shape, or form. This is only PlayStation benefit. This is not for you, Sony Pony out there. And look, as we speak right now, I got YouTube open, and I seen somebody online saying, they're live right now, online saying the Xbox discontinue Game Pass for mobile. Like, this is how full of shit Sony ponies are, bro. Wow. But like you said, bro, I protect these PCs because literally this is the best salt I ever had. So please, if you see a pony, please go ahead and caress them. Go ahead like this. They like this. They like when you do like this. Yeah. And then you hit it with la chancla a little bit, and then you go ahead like this again, and they'll go back to normal again. That's their behavior, man. That's their behavior.
That's wild. That's real wild. Yeah, no, I agree. Those are nice. This is the reality of what it is, man. It's a beautiful thing. Again, this is nothing but a positive for us. Just always remember, when you look at the sides, Xbox has proven time and time again, the more they bring in, the more they make, the more they give, right? We've been getting nothing but amazing first party games in the Game Pass. We've been getting nothing but amazing third party games in the Game Pass. I'm gonna actually take that, and unless anybody has any more bars on this, I want to transfer right over into our next topic.
I wanted to say something because I see somebody in the comments that said, come on, who was it? Let me see. Somebody said, come on, I'm on my military retirement and disability pay. Right. And I drive to get pizza for the kids, saves a bunch of money. That's right. Save a bunch of money. Look at your mentality. Oh, yeah. You're driving to save a bunch of money, but you're not driving to spend more money. And this is what the Sony PlayStation fanboys are doing. That's my analogy. And look, not everybody's like you. If everybody was like you, they wouldn't. Uber Eats wouldn't exist. Pizza delivery wouldn't exist. Not everybody's like that, and not everybody is like so ready to drive every time.
I don't trust Uber Eats.
Well,
yeah, we've seen some.
You never know, man. I pick up.
We've seen some TikToks, right?
Yeah.
Where people are like, "Oh, you didn't tip me enough, so I'm gonna stick my nutsack in your bag." You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, nowadays they seal them, right? So.
Yeah, but you can go buy that seal from somewhere else just to be.
You just don't. There are enough crazies out there
just to be petty.
Yeah.
But that's not the norm, but anyway, right? That is not like what the way it's supposed to be. Actually, that's just like some, nasty people, random people, right? Like but in reality, it shouldn't be like that. It should be like it's the whole purpose of Uber Eats is to save you the time and and just like, you know, when you are work and stuff, it works, right? You are work, you don't have no time you order ahead of time so that you can go ahead and enjoy your lunch in 30 minutes, right? You got your food already. You just don't have to go ahead and spend 20 minutes trying to get to the food plate, order all of that, and then, you know, it's just like convenient. It's just convenient.
Just imagine how many ponies are delivering your food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, why so serious? Let's hope ponies don't deliver our
why
food.
So serious?
Actually, they probably are because they spend so much money. They need to have a second job.
Tip.
No,
right?
How much is the tip? All right.
Listen, but I'm a great tipper. I just don't trust people with my food to freaking have it in the car. God bless you.
Yeah, and who pre-tips?
And
I don't know how good you're gonna do. Are you gonna be on time? How about you get here, show me how beautiful it is, and I'm like, oh wow, you did a great job. Here's the tip. Who pre-tips? That's crazy. That's like going into a restaurant and be like, hey, however job you do, take the money. No,
fuck it. Bitch. Yeah.
But you can change the tip afterwards, right? But
some of the restaurants already charge you for the tip as a service already when you go in there, which I don't agree with. But at the same time, I used to be in their shoes, and sometimes some people they just bug like service long and they don't tip you, and they just like, oh, soup is too cold, this is here, it's just complaining. You super nice to them and you try to do everything for them, and at the end of the day they don't even tip you. And look, that's rude, because here in America, as you know, people who work in the restaurants, bro, they don't make that much. They live literally,
but they should though. Like it's not the customer's responsibility. Like the company should be able to go ahead and pay enough, and the tips are extra. But the idea that sometimes, right, they feel entitled. There's a difference where I feel like, oh shoot, awesome, great experience, because the waiter or the waitress can make or break your experience at that restaurant as well, right? And that's the problem. So if my drink is empty and I'm chasing around, or I need something and I'm looking around for the person that's supposed to be handling this, how do you think that tip is going to look, right? My experience now has been
that is the point though, Doodle, right? That's the whole point, is it's supposed to be an incentive for them to do a better job.
Yep.
Right. Exactly. So if they're not, then you skimp on the tip, and that's the way it is, right? If they do an awesome job, give them more. Right.
Exactly.
And then they look at each other stupid, like they didn't tip me. Like, when did you come to the table?
Exactly.
Like, there's nothing worse than when you do a few, like if you have a few different situations where you're going like back to back to different restaurants for different reasons, and you start seeing, like, you know, we went to one restaurant with our son, and it's like, oh my God,
gosh,
like she elevated our experience. She made everything better. She was on point immediately. She was scoping. She was looking at her tables. Yo, that water's low. You want some more water? Oh, you want another drink? Oh, how's those fries? Like, boom, immediately. It's like, yo,
and her energy though. Sometimes the demeanor, it's like, oh my gosh, you need a. I had one time,
you're giving them a dope ass tip. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. Are you freaking kidding me? But this is what happened one time, and it was a really nice place. And why are you sharing with me that you've had a long day? I don't give a, like, I just sat down to have a nice date and a nice dinner.
Our day is our day. We don't
mine is just starting. I don't give a shit about how long you've been here for.
I went to a restaurant to spend hundreds of dollars.
So I'm supposed to be like, oh my gosh,
a nice restaurant too, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
and it's like are you kidding me? This is how you're gonna start my time here, letting me know how stressed you are?
They're gonna expect a huge percent, right? Like that tip is gonna be pretty large anyway, right? And it's like,
the
whole etiquette needs to be totally different, right? When you're going to a nice restaurant like that, like the etiquette needs to be totally different. Yeah, that's crazy.
And you're right. Like when you go to a restaurant, you go in there to, you know, hang out, have a great time. You want to see happy faces. You want to see
exactly
in a good mood. And look, we understand as customers too that people sometimes go through shit, right? Sometimes maybe he had a bad table, like there is somebody who cussed him out and shit, because that's rude people out there. But like that's not no one's business, you know. That's
every time it's a reset. You don't bring your shit to work.
Yo, Mac, bars going through the drive-through at Starbucks, they want to tip for handing you a cup of coffee. Get the fuck out of here, yo.
I agree with that. That's crazy.
You're like, tip me? No, tip.
Come on.
That's crazy.
Listen, This is a
It's
simple idea, man.
ridiculous.
If you're a waiter right now and you're listening, you're saying "fuck you guys." All right, you better tip me all the
Nah.
time. No, go fuck yourself. All right, you want to tip?
Nah.
You fucking do amazing. Listen,
Yeah.
sometimes you get the shit end of the stick and you do an amazing job and you got a
And
piece
you
of
have
shit
those
that you waited
assholes.
and he
Yeah.
didn't give you anything.
And
But
you got to grateful people.
you run into people like Doodle and myself who, if you go above and beyond, we go above and beyond, right? Like
Absolutely.
you make my experience great, I make your experience great. It's a mutual
think that's the
benefit
way it should be.
situation here.
Yeah.
That's the only
Don't
way
put
it
your
should be.
baggage
There's no
on me.
entitlement. If I have to go
Yeah.
looking for if I have to go look for a refill, if I have to look to order, like, bitch, I'm ready. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You spin the circle, you go around, you come back.
And then,
you know what I'm saying? Go
then there's
around,
some
you come back.
harassers that won't stop. Like, you ready? You're like, give me a freaking minute. Like, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they
Balance
have
it
to
out.
find the balance. Yeah, that's
Well,
right.
Yes.
because there's a
Yeah.
difference between, hey, I'm here to serve you, and like, hurry up, bitch. I don't want to be thinking about you.
Exactly.
Let me get this
Yeah.
order in. You know what I'm saying? Like, calm the fuck down. So if you didn't know, this was a tip for any waiters or waitresses that are in our chats or listening around the world. If you want a good tip, don't be a bitch. Be observant. Okay, don't be a pad.
And you never know, because you were nice to someone and they didn't tip you well. It doesn't mean that the next person that you're
Maybe
going
that next
to
person tips
Yeah.
you enough that it covers
that'll
what
cover
the other person
both.
would have given
Yeah.
you. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. And if you're in the
Yeah.
fancy restaurant, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in a
If I'm
fancy
spending
restaurant.
more,
you know
I
what's up.
expect more. You know what I'm saying? The expectations rise.
Yep.
Okay.
100%.
I better not even be looking for a goddamn bread. That shit better be stocked. You know what I'm saying? You fucking come through, you're like, oh shit, they finished. They must want more. Put it. Don't even ask me. Okay. That's the way. Stop fucking around. All right. I don't know what happened here, but we started talking about some amazing ideas for people to learn. So we need to start a series about this.
I saw, and you know what's crazy? I saw a post because someone said now, so you can now the options, and I remember it being 20, 30, like an option was 100% of the bill to tip.
Yeah, like
I was like, what?
What crack are you smoking?
Yeah.
You think I'm gonna go to a restaurant, spend $150 or $200 and say, you know what? Here's another $2 on me. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here.
Wow.
Oh man. People are cracked. Okay, people are cracked. All right, let's oh well, first of all, before we move anywhere, we do have, hold on, did I miss some shit? Wait, did I read this?
No.
Oh shit.
No, you didn't. You don't
The
get your
homie
tip.
Space Shop.
Space Shot, what's
No
up?
tip. God damn it. I'm sorry, Space Shop. Fucking A, man. Thank you for being here, my brother. Thank you for that $5 super chat. Says seems like
Thank you.
Phil to launch next Xbox and say, oh hey ponies, if you bought Xbox games on PlayStation 5, just sign into new Xbox and it'll be in your Xbox library.
Oh,
Honestly, they should do that.
that will be
how dope would
killer.
that be? Like, hey, if you bought
mean,
the
they
game
have the
on
opportunity.
PlayStation, just sign in with
Yeah.
your, if it's digital, if it's a digital copy, no physical shit, but if it's a digital copy, if you log into
Damn.
Xbox and create a Microsoft account, you also get that game on PC. You also get that game on Xbox.
Of course, you can also
Yo.
just subscribe to Game Pass, and you
Well,
automatically get
That too.
everything.
That too.
But I mean,
But-
this is what they do
yes.
anyway, right? If you buy the game and you're not in Game Pass, you get the Xbox and the PC entitlement.
Yep.
Why the
Absolutely.
fuck not do that shit? Come on. That's Space Shot. That's fucking really smart of them.
Yeah,
To go ahead and
that
just
would
be
be
like, hey,
that would
you
be a
got
big
the
deal.
game. You're building an Xbox library when you buy the game on PlayStation.
Listen, that's a nice way to get them
It's actually
to
real
try
smart.
the controller, right?
Facts.
And see if they, feel the difference.
Agreed, 100%. We do have the homie Dan Lazar on the building, my
Dan.
boy. Thank you, my brother, for being here, man. Appreciate you, homie. Thank you for that $5 super chat. Says ponies are a sample of the population as a whole. Oh shit.
Oh,
Uneducated morons
Oh.
calling smart people dumb. Can't form a simple sentence, but insists he's the smart one.
that's true though.
I mean, that one was
you
real fucked
can't
up.
even
That
like
one
I
was-
just
that
I
one
hit
was
a moment that I thought he was done, and then he had more, and I was like, damn, talk about a slap up. But shoot,
Facts.
it's all true. It's all true. Shout out to Dan.
Yeah,
Man.
that's wild. That's wild. Okay. So, let me get this next chapter. That I now have to rewrite this thing, but that's okay.
Brothers Grimm, what's good?
Okay.
He
Here we go.
says, not just a gaming channel. That's right.
That's right. That's right.
Never
We
know.
do a little different here. All right, guys. The
Mr.
next
Kima.
topic.
Yes.
I know that you're excited for it because, God damn it, we have been excited for it. That's right. South of motherfucking Midnight is dropping next week.
Yes.
We are playing that game right now for review. You will see our complete and well put together opinion on the 3rd
Yes.
of April. That's when they go live. Okay. Now,
Thursday.
here's a quick recap. I guess there's an official deep dive. Kami put this together, and then we're going to go into the actual question of this topic. This is just to start us off. Okay. So, South of Midnight official deep dive. Playtime will be roughly 12 hours. Hazel is a weaver able to wield an ancient form of magic that can be used for combat and traversal. Hazel has several different spells, including pull, weave, constructs objects, glide, double jump, and more. Hazel is trying to save her mother and finds herself in a deep South inspired setting that she doesn't recognize. Features enemies from real Southern U.S. folklore. Music is integrated into the gameplay and story. One of the levels, you're going to slowly build the song. Yes, that's 100% what happens. Compulsion Games work with local blues musicians and children's choirs for some of the music. You can disable the stop motion effect. Hazel isn't afraid to swear. Facts. That we know. And the stories she uncovers are far from the fairy tales we're used to. Each major area in the game will feature a mythical creature. New abilities can be unlocked and upgraded. Difficulty options will be included. Perfect dodging damages enemies. That's actually only if you have a unlock done. That's not the base version. 60 FPS target confirmed, but some previews noted performance issues in the development build. So this just kind of popped up, and I said, let's use this just as a brief run through from the deep dive, just to get everybody back in track on what this game is, if you are not aware. That being said, this game is dropping next week, right? But take a look at what's happening right now, right?
Well, it's
We just
dropping
got-
early access next week, right? I think it actually
Early
drops
access,
on the
yeah,
It's the
8th.
8th.
Yeah. So the 3rd is early access, and
Yep.
well, yes. So that's a good way to put it. On the 3rd, early access begins. That's when the reviews will drop. The 8th is when everybody else gets to play it. Okay. So, but think about what we have. So we have AC Shadows that dropped, right?
Yes.
That a lot of people are really loving. We have this game that just dropped, Atomfall, right? And people are, already
Digging it.
playing that
Mhm.
game, right? Already enjoying it and having discussions about it. And like I feel like there's so many games that are coming out at any given time. Like I'm literally still playing Avowed. Okay. It's still happening. All right. I have it. I made it my exclusive GeForce Now game. That's where I play it so I can, relegate the time. Right. So still playing that. Like we are in this scenario where there's just so many games.
And you
that are out.
did, by the way, start Assassin's Creed, but like I feel like Avowed is just like you always end up
But
there.
you're always going back to it. And then
yeah.
plus, obviously, we have, South of Midnight that we're playing now.
Yeah.
So it's like, we got to juggle it. But it's like, there's so much, right? There's so much that is coming out on a constant basis now. And, I think I just kind of wanted to touch on the idea of, where the industry's at and why, a lot of these games don't necessarily, have the ability to be super successful outside of like a few of them. And, especially on Xbox, right? A little different on PlayStation because you have to buy these games, to to even play them. So it might not be busy to you because you're only buying 1 or 2 games. But on Xbox, if we got Game Pass, we're getting like a flood of games. Like we got Adam Football, but we also got NCAA, football 25.
Yes.
There's a lot of hype behind that game. I'm actually really excited to hop into that at some point. It's just so many games, right? It's just so many games that are constantly popping up. It's just how can these games, if we know statistically that 96% of gamers across the board are only buying 1 or 2 games, like how can this happen? Like how can this survive? Like how can this keep going? And I mean, how is Xbox the one that's really allowing a path for success for some of these games, right? Because of Game Pass, you kind of get rid of that barrier of entry. I mean, I don't know. Maybe am I the only one who's feeling like this overwhelmness of like how much shit is just out there nonstop? Baby, what do you feel about the idea of how many games are just coming out and like this overabundance of choice?
I mean, choice. It's always good to have options, right? I think because we enjoy games in general is where it seems like, okay, well, I want to play this, I want to play that. What's next? What's coming? Like, and it's kind of like being a part of it all. So that's a different point of view. So I do think, and this is where, from my perspective, it's such a difficult situation. We do have Ubisoft Plus, right? And we have access to Assassin's Creed through Ubisoft Plus. But and then obviously we have Game Pass, and the games from Xbox are going right in there. And it's like, okay, we pay for this too. But where do the other games fall? Now, Split Fiction is a game that, as much as is doing great out there,
coming to Game Pass. Don't worry about it. It's coming to Game Pass.
We were supposed to get that game, right?
Yeah, in our EA Pro, and they
exactly
they denied that shit.
Exactly. They didn't put the game in there. So I will not be spending money on that game, even though the scores are so high. And it seems to be a great game. I have plenty to play, right? And if I've already been paying for a subscription where that game was going to go into, and you decided to kind of like flake out on the people that have been paying, you're not getting any more of my money. But I think this is the issue and why it's such a problem. Yes, Assassin's Creed, we already know what's going on with Ubisoft, and they have Ubisoft Plus, right? So if they get their ish together, people will end up signing up for their, Ubisoft Plus, and then they'll go ahead and kind of get it back on track. But anything else where you don't get a bag from Game Pass, or your game is not just blowing minds and kind of undeniable right off the get-go, you have an issue. This is the problem. This is where it affects the developers, right? For me personally, I'm excited about the fact that we have so many choices. Yes, it's kind of like it's like there's only so much time where you can go ahead and play. And you do want to be like you CMoney. I'm on my second playthrough of Avowed, right? And it's like there are other games coming out, but that hype is still there. I want to get into Assassin's Creed, but we're playing South of Midnight right now. But that hype is still there, where you want to experience that. There's so much. There are so many games, so little time to be young at this time. That'll be awesome, but I wouldn't change the gradual progression that we've had when it comes to video games, because I think that's the fascination that we have for it, seeing it evolve the way that it has. But it could be. I just think that nothing forced, right? You have to kind of just play what you want.
Yeah, I mean the other thing that you just said right now, nothing forced, right? Like, I mean, do you feel almost like the even though it's not a real thing, like that social pressure, like that FOMO of like, well, if this game just dropped and I don't play it now, I'm not gonna be in the conversation.
No,
You
not
know, I'm not gonna have anybody
necessarily.
to talk to about it.
I may end up finding out more than I would want to, right? So, I think conversations are out there and you end up maybe finding like spoilers, right? And that may be an issue if you are kind of like waiting to get into a game that maybe you don't want to necessarily know much about because you're planning to play it, and it's like, okay, well, I may end up hearing about it. But no, no, I go at my pace. I don't care um
Yeah.
about any of the other crap.
Yeah, let us know in the chat too, guys. Like, how are you guys dealing with the abundance of games and what you guys are feeling? I mean, demo, like, how do you feel about all this stuff? Obviously, having Game Pass, having access to a PC, and playing things that are not on Game Pass, and being into your multiplayer games and shit like that. Like, how do you feel about having all this shit coming out at the same time and like not
Bro,
like it's hard, huh?
I'm about to keep it real here, bro. I'm stressed the fuck out. And it is because I really don't have the time and there's so much to play and so much to explore out there, specifically on, right on Xbox here on the store. Every time I go ahead and check out new games, there's some new games out there. I'm like, oh shit, that should look cool. And the reason I don't buy is because not because my financials are bad or nothing. It's just because I don't really have the time. Look, for example,
Mhm.
Assassin's Creed. I got it off of Ubisoft Plus, but that was a mistake, and not because it's not saving me money. It's because there's more games in there that I that I checked out. So
I told you, yo.
We
So,
said it,
I
I
Demo.
told you.
so I
108
went
for the
Pay
ahead.
the
year, Hargy.
108. Yep, pay
Yes.
the 108.
Yes.
Is it still
I-
He
there?
said,
Is
I
that
don't
deal
need
still there?
it. That's what
Today.
he said.
I think I don't know.
Bro.
Hopefully it's still there. I got it. I paid for the 108.
Man,
Shit, I should probably check real
I
quick.
downloaded Avatar: Tears of Pandora, which came out last year. It flew under the radar a lot, but
Yes.
but it's a dope game. Go ahead and try it out, guys, because it's super super cool. I love the gameplay. I didn't expect the game to have such mobility. It reminds me a lot of games that I play on the regular, like Halo, Apex Legends. You got the slide. You got this floaty feeling that you are, like this badass alien that just destroys people for breakfast. So I mean, it's hard. It's hard as a gamer. It's hard, and Xbox doesn't seem to be like slowing down a tiny bit. It's just gonna get harder and harder. And look, Game Pass is one of the ways that you can just
Nope, it's gone.
add to your backlog. Add to your
Oh,
backlog and
is it?
backlog.
It's gone.
Hmm.
God damn it.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
Yep.
And
should've
and
got it.
not only that, games that you play on the regular are continuously being updated. It's a case of Mortal Kombat. I stopped playing for a few months. Now I'm back at it, and I'm addicted again because they added new characters. So they added T-1000. I don't know if you know about that. And they added Madame Bo, which is like one of the characters that train Kung Lao, Liu Kang, whatever. The whole story. The thing is, this old lady, she'll grab you, she'll pull your ear and smack you with the chancla. I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen Madame Bo yet?
No.
You
No.
haven't seen Madame Bo. She
Mm-mm.
grabs you by the ear. This is her move. She grabs you by the ear, get out the chancla, pop, 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 smack the shit out of you. Bro, it's just amazing to go ahead online and spank ponies with the chancla, man. And not only that, all the games like Call of Duty, they got updates all the time. Halo has a new update that's amazing. They added new map for Firefly, and all that. And the list goes on and on. Now, Atomfall just dropped. Like I said, I haven't even tried it. South for me in the next week, I'm in danger. I don't know what
Too
to
much
do.
to play, isn't there?
I'm in
too much.
danger.
It's too much.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
seriously. And
Oh my God.
I just want to retire at this point. I wish I could retire. And whoever is retired right now, they're having the time on their life. I hope you don't have arthritis. But well, now they have touch, so you have you don't have to deal with arthritis anymore. And they also have the VR too. That you can play on VR. You can move around and shit. So it's hard. It's hard to be a gamer, but in a good way. This is a good problem to have, right? But at the same time, it just made me less at the same time, I focus less on games. Like, for example, Assassin's Creed, I got like 15 hours. I don't even think that I'm going to finish it because it's just like, why and how? Why are they making this game so long? They need to chill. Assassin's Creed should have been at least 25, 30 hours, more, no more than that. But they added and added more enemies, and just give me the main enemies to kill, bro. And whatever else I can do, let me just do it on my free time, or add it to an expansion, or something like that. Because right now it's just like way too many things to do in that game. It's just crazy. Like I was telling today, people in my show, like the first 5 minutes that you ride in the horse, I don't know, I got the digital deluxe, so I got the Chinese dragon that is causing a lot of controversy.
Nice.
So it's cool when you ride on it, right, for 5 minutes, and then after that, you just want to fast travel. You just don't want to like go around in the world doing all this, extra shit. In my opinion, doesn't belong in Assassin's Creed games, right? It's cool for a little bit, but like when they overdid it and they try to do the Red Dead Redemption, it just doesn't work for me. And the more I play the game, the more I realize that the game is not for me. I like the game a lot. Actually like it a lot, but it's way too freaking long for me at this moment, man. And there's some other games that I want to check out. Like Doom. I want to play Doom. I just don't want to be stuck. And look, to this argument, I did spend about 70, 80 hours playing Avowed, but I had time during those days. I had time. So I didn't have two jobs. You know what I'm saying? I had time. But right now, I'm in danger. Like I said, I just hope that we can find a way that we can just put these games in the backlog and just play them later.
You better start embracing that cloud gaming, bro.
Yeah, but
get
the
some
thing
controller for your phone.
Yo,
right? I heard there's one available right now.
No, I actually have an actual controller that you can still, hook up your actual controller to the phone.
Yeah.
And then I do have the adapter for the controller that you hook up your phone in there. And
yeah,
look, I want to embrace cloud gaming, but it's seriously, I'd just rather play natively. I don't have to be out on a trip for many days in order for me to just go ahead and go into the cloud. The way that I use the cloud more is in my VR headset. Sometimes I'm just freaking tired, lay down in the bed, and so you don't have to be like up like this. You just chill, get the controller, you just like, until you fall asleep, and you just play something chill. But yeah, it's a hard time, in a good way. And I'm super excited for gaming. Like this year is rocking my world. It's like every freaking game is hitting, even the ones that we thought that they were gonna be bad are good. And it's just like,
I think that's the thing, because what I'm
games,
hearing from you is that if you had the extra time, then you will throw in the extra hours for Assassin's Creed. And I think that's where you have to kind of edit
I
right
like,
now,
like these games,
I think you need a ROG Ally or a Steam Deck.
Yeah, sure. Send it my way. What? Just send it. I'll send you my address later. You can just send it to my PO box or something. So, I wanted to say that that this is good for gamers, but I hope that developers can take all of this into account. That all these many games that are coming and give you options. Like I know Assassin's Creed got kind of mode, but make it so like just take me on a linear story for me to finish the story, and that's it. And then if I want to play in the open world, give me that option. Like options are good for gamers. Give me the two ways of playing. I can do open world and I can do the vanilla story in a linear mode, so we can, you know what I mean? Obviously, if you want more achievements, if you want more gamer points and all that, you will have to do the complete version of the game. But give me like a dumbed down version of a game that is not 60 hours, that I can complete at least in 25, 30 hours. I think that's a decent spot. I feel like options, because like not everybody's in high school, and even high school kids are struggling too, because they have homework, they have to study for the SATs, they got to get ready for college, they got part-time jobs. A lot of them do extracurricular stuff like sports and all that. So time is
classes.
So valuable at this point, at this moment, that I feel like like games, that's what I like about they really, that it was, if I have to say the game that I feel like I respected my time the most is About. Like they literally make everything easier for you. If you want to roam in the world, like you go ahead. You want to find that extra weapon and that extra treasure, go ahead, but you don't have to. You don't have to level up and grind levels. All you got to do is find the stuff, get your weapon ready, and move on to the next area. That's all you got to do. So I really, really hope that developers are listening to the time, constraints and the time difficulties with times that we have, and offer more options. Give me a dumbed down version of the game that don't. Okay, this version. It, like, you know how it is when you go on Xbox and it tells you this game takes a certain amount of time to complete. Right, give me like a dumbed down version of this game. Like, for example, Bullet Magic. I don't know if you guys play. Amazing fucking game. It's 88 Metacritic. Just drop on Game Pass. I finished that game in 4 hours. Sweet.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah. I ran through the shit. And I'm still playing because it has like an endless mode that you can continue through random levels and do a bunch of shit. So yeah, I kind of want to like, want them to like pay attention to what we're going through. Give us an option to, just like, and it's not easy mode. It's more like a straight to the point mode. I would love that for, for all gamers, that just to make sure like quicker, go through it quicker so you can jump into the next game because we got so much to do. It's like, it's like being 17 and only having one girlfriend. Like you just don't do that.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep it.
That's for a different show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
That's-
okay. Well, that's live with Demo After Dark.
Well, it is
So,
night shift.
But
Yeah, it is.
It is night shift.
going
But-
ahead though and
and I'm not
having the
17 anymore.
options there with these longer experiences though, maybe like, we've talked before about Souls games, right? And how like sometimes they make it just impossible, right? And
Brandy.
it's like you got to go ahead and give the players options so that you can open up the audience, right? So like Demo brought up having, a different version, a more linear version. And it's like some people though have been waiting for Assassin's Creed, and that may be the only game that they're going to play all year, or maybe that one and just another one. So yes, it being such a long game, being and for Ubisoft Plus as well to keep people kind of like engaged in there and not just sign in for a month or two. It's great. So for those who are looking just to play and have that experience pretty much all year, it suits. But you do got to have the options if you want to bring in different players that may not be interested in spending, all their time in that one game.
Agreed. Hargeet, what do you think, man? Where are you with all of this?
What the heck was the original topic we were talking for so long? So South of Midnight.
South of Midnight.
It's
Your hype level
the number
for
of games,
that.
I
What do you think
understand,
about that? And then how many games we got coming out? Choice, Game Pass, all this shit all together. It's crazy.
Yeah. So South of Midnight, just an FYI, it's $10 for those who have Game Pass to get the premium edition upgrade, get to the early access. So worthwhile if you want to play it early. You get a bunch of other benefits if you want to get those benefits. Take a look. But yeah, so my freaking Game Pass library, like my backlog is just ridiculous. And then like first Berserker Kazan just came out, about an 80-ish meta. Looks pretty cool, but it's like, do I buy this game? Am I ever
Is it on
going to
Game
get
Pass?
to it? No, it's not. You have to buy it, and
Well,
not that that's
puts
a
it in the
problem.
back burner immediately.
But that's the thing. It's like, well, do I get this? Now I have a Switch. Xenoblade Chronicles 10 came out, right? RX, like 88 meta. Do I have time for this?
That's a real question.
This is like the problem you run into. Like it is so much we already are getting fed that it's so. Is it a good thing or a bad thing as far as what Game Pass is doing? Like, how can it be a bad thing? You have too many games, right? We're obviously playing more than the average, right? You're saying it's like 2 games people buy a year, and that's probably still not all gamers. Most gamers probably play free-to-play games, right? But okay, it's harder and harder for me to want to buy games because my backlog just keeps getting ridiculous, right?
Mhm.
I bought Metaphor. Haven't even started it. like
Exactly.
waiting to play that game. By the time I
Exactly.
play it, it's probably going to be in Game Pass. And that's the sad thing.
It's true.
Right? And so this is kind of the world we're
It's
in.
happened to us.
So Split Fiction, this is an interesting one, right? It didn't go into EA Play Pro, which is an oddity.
Which is bullshit. It's just bullshit because you're changing what
the promise was that you get everything, right? Well, I guess they can say no, it's select titles and it's not every. That's kind of cheesy.
It takes two was on there.
Yeah, and that's been the norm. So we will see if they eventually put it on EA Play, because then it will come to Game Pass, and then we'll play it then. But yeah, so this is kind of the world we're in, right? And it's hard to say it's a bad thing, but in some ways it's an interesting thing, because like all these games are being made. How do you find time for them? And then they start failing, and I don't want them to fail, but you have to be something like big, like an Assassin's Creed, to actually draw attention and maybe get get your sales, right? And even there, I think it's going to get overshadowed by other games. It's okay. It came out, maybe a little bit before other games, maybe after some other games, but there's a lot of games coming out, and they have to contend with all that. The other thing that happened is MLB The Show is no longer in Game Pass. I'm wondering what that's going to do for the sales of that game. I assume that's going to have a financial hit on that game. But again, when those usually come out, I give it like 10, 20 hours because it's in Game Pass. I just download it. I play a little while and I'm like, I've had my fill. I'm done. Right. And I uninstall. I'm good. Right. And, am I going to go pay $70 for that? Nope. Because again, it's not like a necessity for me, but it's kind of fun because it's just there in Game Pass. I just play it. They get their money and I get to enjoy something for a little while, and then I just uninstall it. Right. It's not a game I go out of my way to go buy. So it's just another interesting, stat. What happens to that game now that it's no longer in Game Pass? It is an interesting world, right? So we will keep being fed so many games. I still have to play Sniper Elite. I definitely want to get to that one. There's Eternal Strands that came out.
That was a great game.
Just is so ridiculous. I still haven't played.
33 is coming out.
Yep, I still haven't played Age of Mythology. I haven't played Aura. I wanted to play those.
I
haven't even had a chance.
Games.
So good.
And I'm like, I don't even know if I have time now, right? And this is kind of where it gets, right?
The time to jump in.
It's so tough to find time for every one of these games, especially it's like some of these are very long, right? So, but yeah, so Lamplighters is leaving, right? Now I figured I wouldn't even like it. It actually is pretty cool. So I won't be able to finish it. So I'm like, all right, I'm not going to invest too much time into it because it's like a 40-hour game. But that one's leaving Game Pass in a few days. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I gave it a chance, and it was actually pretty good. And I'm like, so I buy it. Here's the problem.
That's the biggest. Go ahead.
I tried that with Soul Hackers 2, I think it was. I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. I think I'll play this. I bought it, and then I'm like, I never touched it afterwards because the backlog. And I'm like,
pretty good game.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good game, bro. And
right.
It's so sad.
So I
bought it too, and then I'll try to.
It's same problem, right? That's the problem. Like you get to a point where it's like,
fall for it
I have it in my, it's mine. I'll play it later. But it's like, when is later? And that, because there's so much you keep getting now. It's the opposite of what it was like when we were kids. When you're a kid, you're like, time seems to take forever, right? Everything takes forever. Now it's like, well, where did the day go? What happened?
The weeks just disappear. It's like, it's crazy how fast everything's moving. And I think the problem is when you have these games, especially when you're playing something and you start looking at how long you're playing it, and then you start saying, man, like, is this really worth me playing, or can these hours be going towards a different game that I want to play more.
And that's
right?
the thing that happens, right?
Yeah.
Because you're like, my time is more valuable to me. I'm going to do the things that I want to do rather than struggle through something I don't care about, right? It's
Exactly.
that's where it ends up, right? So it's like, and this has been my filter. Even if I buy a game, it's like my filter is if you don't catch me in the first couple of hours, I don't think I'm going to invest too much time, right? So, and that may be unfair to
Agreed.
some games, but hey, that's their problem. In a world where there's another game coming out every 10 seconds, I don't have to spend the time on you.
Listen, I think that's a fair amount of time.
So, and
Agreed.
like people will hate me for it, but I gave, was it Baldur's Gate 3? I gave it like 10, 12 hours. And I'm like, you have not hooked me. I am bored. So fine, I'm done. I'm sorry, but I'm done. A lot of people love that game. Great. I was
BG3
bored.
screwed
Like,
itself with me. I was in. All right. I was in.
And exactly, like some people, it's like it's the best thing ever, and I'm like, dude, I am bored. I can't even take this anymore. I'm done. Move on. Next. And I bought that game on Steam, and I'm like, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
and that's what gaming should be. Gaming should be about enjoyment. The minute that you're not enjoying it,
right?
like you should go ahead and quit it because it's not good for your mental health. That's why you get a lot of people going crazy, breaking controllers, and shit. Like, there's no need.
Exactly. If you're at that point, it's like just turn it off. Go get
just
the next
turn
game.
it off. Play something that makes
so
you
much to
happy,
play.
man. Play something that makes
Unless
you
you're
happy.
a pony, in which case you have to buy every game, and then you may have to just like suck it up and play the one game you bought. But anyway,
they don't really have too many choices once they buy it. Let me get real quick the homie X Vault 2.
Oh boy,
this bitch with the $2.
Look at him.
Oh my god! It says I want to wear the South of Midnight outfits. Yas.
It's yes.
I can't do it. I can't do it. The homie Dan Lazaro in the building with that super chat, man. Appreciate you. Homie says Xbox didn't die when they had no games. Now they got all the games and they're dead.
Exactly.
Crack kills.
Yeah.
Buy those games. You work for me now. Hit those streets.
Hit those streets, bitch.
Facts, yo. Facts. Shake that shit right. Okay, the dollars better come pouring in. All right.
You pay now, bitch.
Now, bitch.
These are my streets.
These are my streets. Look, obviously, look, it's a great problem to have. Except if you're really into the shit, because it's difficult, because there are some shit like Stalker 2 I didn't fucking get a chance to finish.
Exactly.
Right? God, like I played it for a while, but I couldn't finish it because I had to move on. Right. And it's like, it's crazy. Assassin's Creed, I desperately want to go and play that, but first of all, I'm reviewing South of Midnight and I can't talk about what I feel about it, but that's what I'm playing.
And you gotta move on.
So I mean, like there's others, like I don't know, man. Like time is crazy. There's not enough time in the world for these games, and you honestly you have to stick out. And honestly, Game Pass is a fucking big factor. I think the 35 million people who have Game Pass look at gaming a little different now when it comes to these games. And it's like every time a game comes out that you have to purchase, you look at it and you say, is that something I need right now? Is it a day one I must play? Dude, I was so pumped for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And you know what? If it was in Game Pass, I would have stopped whatever I was playing and I would have played it. But the fact that I had to buy it and I was playing something that I'm enjoying, why would I stop playing something I'm enjoying just to go buy this other game?
And it took us a minute to realize it too. And Hargi is kind of like seeing that light as well, where it's like, why? If I'm not going to stop what I'm doing right now, this is just going to sit there. Exactly.
Yo, I would go months later, find the game on sale for dirt cheap, look at my game, and it's still in the wrapper. Like that's fucking crazy.
That's ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy to do.
I would say that Game Pass was really done for me. Is that it has made me smarter when it comes to buying games. Like before Game Pass, I would just like hop in the flavor of the month, right? Boom, right away. Right now it's like, Hold on. It's not like I need to buy any games. I don't fall just drop on Game Pass. So how can I justify buying another game when I have something on my service already given to me? It's like, you know, having a plate of food on your table and looking at somebody else's plate. Like, why? Like, I haven't finished my steak. What am I looking at arroz con leche? Like, when I'm here with the steak, still fighting through it, right? So it's a good problem to have, but it's definitely changed the game. And like you guys said, it makes it harder for games to be noticed. So now you have to have a certain name. Now you have to break the internet, going viral. I feel like it's only a few games that are able to achieve this, but it's also like weeding out the competition, right? The games that matter and the stuff that is just like, you know, shovelware. Right,
but that's how Game Pass affects it. Because look at Adamfall. Let's be real, Adamfall looks good, right? But you remove Game Pass from the equation, it's not making the same waves. I'm sorry,
right. But like if you go on, but the fact that it's on Game Pass, it opened the mind to people to word of mouth gets around. People try to be like, oh shit, this is dope. So Steam users have Game Pass do they're homies, you know, and be like, bro, have you tried Adamfall? I tried on Game Pass, it's still, you should go ahead and give it a shot. Oh shit, I hate Game Pass. Let me get in on Steam. Doesn't matter. They playing the game still. And like if you go to Steam, it's, you know, like super positive review. You know, Adamfall. It's going nuts. It's the game of the week. Oh, I said the game of the week because last week was Assassin's Creed. This week is Adamfall and Berserker, right? Because the other game
next
is
week
also
will be
doing
South
great.
of Midnight.
Next week, South of Midnight, and then the other one, what? Towerborn, and then the other one, what is? It's like Doom is already here. Like
Expedition 33.
It's weekly. This is
Expedition 33, bro.
Yeah. It's weekly. It's
bro,
weekly.
bro. You know what's crazy? We have Expedition 33 for
and you haven't even tried
preview.
Probably.
We played it,
yes.
and I played it for a while. I'll probably put up some footage of it, but it's like I can't go deep dive into it. Like, how can I go play that a whole bunch when I have these other? It's crazy. There's just so much, bro. It's so much. It's too much.
Crazy, yeah.
We're
going nuts.
It's too much.
We're going nuts.
We are. I think we could talk about this forever because it's just the same shit, bro. It's just fucking wild. But guys, this is where we're gonna wrap it up, man.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys
for rocking out with us, man. Everybody got their bars off on this, right? Hargeet, everybody went.
Yeah, the only thing I'm concerned about is like or interested in is what is going on with this EA Play Pro not having split fiction, and is that going to be
that's the bullshit, bro.
Yeah, some bullshit.
That should be a class action lawsuit, right? For anybody who's in that,
right?
Because it says all EA games.
Make it happen, Hargeet. Make it happen.
All EA published.
Get it started,
EA Play Pro.
Can you plead our case?
You filed for me.
There you go.
Represent me out in these streets. You know what you're talking about.
I mean, some lawyers should definitely get on it. Like, so if you know a lawyer, like, see, you should just like tag up with them and say, "Hey, class action lawsuit."
You're our lawyer, Hargeet.
Yeah,
I'm not a lawyer.
You're the one qualified for this shit, bro.
Listen,
I'm not a
you
lawyer,
can lead us. You can lead us to the promised land, Hargeet. All right,
but I mean, somebody should definitely file. I mean, it's an obvious fail, right? I mean, their advertising is very clear. All EA games go day and date into the service, and you get the deluxe edition.
Yep, the biggest edition.
Exactly.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Trying to act like we didn't read the small
That is
print.
an interesting thing.
Like,
so we'll see where that goes, but
game
somebody better file that because they have to do something about it. That's pretty crazy.
All right, we'll find a lawyer. Do they have Temu lawyers?
Temu.
Oh my gosh, he learned about Temu like 3 days ago, and that's all that comes out of his mouth.
Yo.
Oh my god, Temu is like one of those places that you order something. Look, for example, I order a cover for my control remote for the TV that supposedly glows in the dark, and I was, oh, this is great. I'm never gonna lose it again. Guess what? You need to put it out in the sun in order for like who in their right mind is gonna put
they didn't lie though. It still works. Just
fuck them. Like, who in the hell is gonna put a control remote in the sun, bro?
Oh my god, that's wild.
Fuck them. They're crazy.
That's crazy.
Never again, bro. Never again.
CMoney's like, they don't lie though.
No, that's
Oh
it,
man, Descenders Next is coming out next week as well. I mean, 2 weeks from now as well. So
That's in Game Pass though.
yep,
Demo, leave
it's
it
an
by
Xbox
like a
exclusive.
window.
Yeah.
Hell no, bro. That thing is gonna
That's
be
wild.
melted. I live in South Florida, bro. Do you don't understand?
shit,
It's hot
that's
right
true.
now. Only
That's
reason I got
crazy.
this
That's
jacket on
crazy.
is because I'm here on 68 degrees in my, controlled environment. But as soon as I
Yeah,
step
yeah,
out, I'm
yeah.
sweating balls.
Oh
It's
my
how it is out
gosh,
here.
yo,
crazy.
that
It's hot.
Florida sweat
Fuck
is
that. Fuck
crazy.
I'm good.
Summer
Yeah,
over
yeah.
there is wild.
All right, all right,
Stop
guys,
it. You guys
I don't know
love
how
it.
you guys do it.
Let's get going, guys. Thank you all so much,
Shit,
man.
it's
Shout out
crazy.
to everybody who's here live in the
Thank
building.
you
man. guys are the
guys.
shit. Thank you, homies. Shout out to everybody who super chatted. You guys are the shit. Again, always remember the shows, brought to you by you. So thank you
Forget
so
Big
much.
Miss. We got his.
What I got? I got everybody.
Yes, you did.
I got everybody. Yeah. I hit them all. Guys, again, thank you all so much for being here. I do want to shout out all of the homies who support us over on Patreon and on YouTube. You guys are the shit. So thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
I want to get the list over here, but I do want to shout out, of course, our elite members. You guys are the shit. So thank you all so much. You got the homie Big Boy Mike, Dark Angelic, Pragmatic Eagle, Coach Hooded Canuck, Music 72, and Queen Witch.
Thank you.
Thank y'all
guys.
so much. We really appreciate y'all. And of course, we have our inner circle member, our boy, Big Mix Gaming.
Yes.
So thank you so much, man. We do appreciate the support. It means a lot to us. Of course, we want to shout out the specials. The first 3 people in the chat. That's right. You had the homie Rowski. You had
Yes.
Coach of the Canuck and
Let's
E-Ranks in the
go.
building. You guys are the shit. Thank you again. And
Thank
again,
you guys.
love seeing the first people
Right?
still here. You guys are the shit.
So dope.
First super chat and biggest super chat was our boy Starkey Love at that $10.
Woo.
So we appreciate you, man. Again, thank you guys so much. Of course, we're not here alone. That's right. We got our homies. It's Friday night. We chilled out with our boy Demo and our boy Hargeet. Shout out to you guys for rocking out with us all night, man. So you are the shit. Thank you. Let everybody know. Demo, start with you, man. Where to find you? Tell
Hey,
everybody.
Devil Flow Gaming here, Poppy. You already know, man. Every week here on Point for Gamers with CMoney,
Let's
Doodle,
go.
and Hargi, man. My show every week, Friday at 11 Eastern time. I got invited to with Dave, so I'll be there hopefully with Hargi this one time, but not this week. The one about it, so I can't wait to go ahead and hang out with them too. I love being in part of the show, so I mean,
Nice.
looking forward to that. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. I love doing this. I love talking about games, and I love playing games, which is why this weekend you can catch me live on my channel, and I'm gonna be playing some games. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna be playing. I don't know if I'm doing a Mortal Kombat story. I don't know if I'll be back with Kingdom Come. I don't know if I do Assassin's Creed. I don't know if I do Apex Legends. That's for you to find out. Go to my channel and subscribe and like or whatever. And you can find me here too. If you don't want to, that's fine. Just come over here and hang out with me while I'm here with them boys. And of course, the only one girl. And let's do it, bro. I'm super pumped, super excited for gaming. What a time to be alive, man. That's all I can say, man. What a time to be alive.
Absolutely.
Super great.
Absolutely. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you for rocking out.
Thank
with
you,
us, man.
Demo.
And of course, you know who he is, our homie Hargeet.
Yes.
Man. Thank you so much, my brother, for rocking out. Let us know how to get your book,
Yes.
how to subscribe to your channel. Let everybody know. Let the people know where to find Hargeet.
Yeah. So if you want to pick up my book, I'm probably everybody in this chat already knows about it. emergenceshop.johnny.us. And in my channel again, it's Hargeet Johnny 1 on YouTube. I'll be on again with Fonz tomorrow. Is it not? Oh, what's that? It just became 12:02. It's the next day. But anyways, on Saturday night, 6 p.m. U.S. Eastern time on Fonz Gaming, and then on Sunday with Web Dave, 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern time. Check that out. And then we'll be back on Wednesday with Boom on Double Barrel Gaming, 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern time. Check that out as well. Then I assume we're back on next Friday, unless there's some other program.
There should be.
Yeah.
I know. Appreciate you guys. Thanks
Thank
again,
you,
man.
guys.
Also, leave with this great message by E-Ranks.
Yes.
Says great show, y'all. And remember, don't be pabbing. That's facts.
Preach.
That's facts. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and end the show the way we end every single show. Doodle.
Yes.
We're done.
We are.
Until next time.
You're intruding.
You're intruding.